left, but what's the contribution today, sir? Well, go on. Mr. Ingram.
Sir Carl, how are you doing?
Yeah, man, we don't have much time leave. We're going to close out by 5th quarter to 4. However, we were talking about the bill, about the IC report and the FLA, which don't table in the parliament as yet. Mark Golan said, I'm going to take it to court and bound the House, the Speaker, to table it. However, the President of the Senate come out swinging yesterday, saying that a rubbish Mark Golan attack. I don't know how well you're familiar with that argument.
All right. Are you familiar with what the... You remember the other day when we had the discussion about NARA, we were told that the Integrity Commission will also be monitoring the function of NARA?
Yeah, yes.
Good. So, when NARA is up and running and there is an issue and the Integrity Commission would have investigated the matter on NARA and presented to the Parliament, do you think
with that, Mr. Ingram? No, but hold on there. But that is a different argument, you know. That man has seen Mr. Ingram. The man has seen a phone and man has about the case that time. You don't understand me. The man asks about FLA. How for nice with them children there? Preston. Let me ask Mr. Ingram. If you don't understand, let me ask, tell me.
Carl Lewis, when you ask a question, you see, people are not robots. So allow the person.
No, man, you try to swing, you try to carry something different. Allow him, make him answer. Him say build up him argument, let me hear the argument. Go on,
people are not robots. So when you ask a question, allow the person to answer the question.
All right, me allow you. Answer the question.
I'm simply saying to you that are you aware of the law as relates to the function of the Integrity Commission?
Yes, to someone. Why? Yeah, man. What's you saying? What is it you saying?
When the Integrity Commission do an investigation and present it to Parliament, what Parliament should do?
Parliament should table. We don't know. Hold on. We don't know. Hold on, Soji. Parliament should table the bill. What is it you said?
Good. So, for example, Parliament should table the bill.
Yeah. Table the report.
Right. And what would cause Parliament not to table a report?
Right. Good question. In this case,
if it's in
this thing is before the court.
Yes, if it's in the court, yes. They cannot.
Can I speak and the person keep their mouth shut and listen to it?
You cannot tell nobody that, old man. You cannot tell nobody that, old man. You cannot teach nobody nothing. Learn from who? You.
All right, let me hear it now. Let me hear it, Soji. Let me hear it. And then you talk, Soji. Let me hear it.
I was saying, Carl Lewis. Now, the report. How would the Parliament know that is before the court?
Then a public knowledge that Mr. Parliament. What kind of question that, man? What kind of question that a public knowledge?
Case was in front of the court. Or did they know that Ian Hayes' case was in front of the court? And it took 7 years to be tabled in Parliament. Or did they know? Or did they know that?
Carl Lewis,
that Ian Hayes' case was in court.
When I came here,
I'm asking you, how did they know that?
Speaking. When I came here,
someone speaking. How did they hear that?
Hold on, guys. Both of you can't talk one time. Let me exercise some ground rules here, so please. Two of you can't talk one time. I'm not go tell who to go first. Two big man, you choose who I go first. Me not say no. Two adults.
No, Carl Lewis,
one out of the two are ill to each other.
You asked me a question and I'm presenting the answer to what you asked me. Wasn't that the case? So there's no two people speaking here. I'm the person who is speaking. There's no two people speaking here. I am the person who is speaking. And all I'm trying to emphasize here is the importance of understanding the Integrity Commission is clear as crystal how it functions. When it presents a report in Parliament, that
Integrity Commission can tell the Parliament how to operate. Let me ask you that. Can the Integrity Commission tell the Parliament how to operate? Answer that to me. I want you to answer that one. The Integrity Commission, can they tell the Parliament how to operate? Just explain that to me. Because make me say I have no sense. Tell me that the Integrity Commission can compound the Parliament how to operate. Explain that to me.
When our report is presented by the Integrity Commission, and we have heard the other day that the NARA bill will be monitored by the Integrity Commission.
NARA again.
Can we imagine when something comes up
NARA again.
And a report is presented in Parliament?
Let me sidetrack the thing,
But let me answer. All right. Mr. Richards, Mr. say you're back, but I not soon lock off.
I'm simply asking Carl Lewis, will that report, this is an example.
Was that the question you asked him, Carl?
That report.
Was that the question you asked him?
Hold on, let me answer him. Let me answer. Mr. Ingram.
I don't ask the question yet.
Yeah, okay.
Will that report be tabled in Parliament? Carl Lewis?
May I hear you? Make sure say you finish.
When Nara would have, I've asked the question. With that report,
and you want to answer?
Yes.
You want to answer?
Yes.
In this case, it's two different cases. This one is that this subject matter is before the court. In the future, what you are talking about, because you are talking about the future.
Might never happen.
And future, you are talking about, you know. You are talking about, you are talking about the future. And if you are talking about the future,
we might never happen.
why is it me not get the chance to allow a to answer the question, man? Let me see if we can answer the question without interruption, please. Mr. Ingram, this one is a different situation. This matter is before the court. And what the President and the Senate is saying yesterday, he is saying once up, and what the leader of government business in the House is saying, the reason why the bill don't table or don't table, it is the report don't table. It is one thing because it is in front of the court. Do you have a problem with that, Mr. Ingram? What's the problem with that?
Yes,
usually as some know it operate.
Yes,
so tell me the problem what you have.
Yes, Carl Lewis.
And then we can bring in Soji.
Yes, Carl Lewis. When the matter is tabled in Parliament, when the matter is presented in Parliament, the contents of that report is not revealed to anyone. You know that. The contents of the report from the Integrity Commission is not can't get this under control soon. There's going to be an economic. That document become public only when it's tabled in Parliament. Aren't you aware of that?
Yeah, man. All documents are gonna become public.
No, hold on. So hold on.
Before me answer.
So if that is the case, how is it that the matter is being contested in Supreme Court?
So what is it you're saying? Are you saying that the matter is not being contested in the Supreme Court? That is what you're saying?
No, what I'm simply asking.
Hold on. Let me just bring in Soji.
It's not contested.
Wait, no, Soji. Hold on, Mr. Richards. Soji and Mr. Richards, hold on there. Let me go bring in Soji. I will leave a nicer at me, you know. For those who are not new to the mic. Because I don't know if I hear mic, your background have wall heap mic. Wall heap nice, Soji. But you have to try to get rid of some of the nice because a Unix have a talk. While me a process where Mr. Ingram just said, me allow Soji to come in because me not understand some of what Mr. Ingram just said. Soji come in.
Yeah, Carl, what I'm saying is that he's saying about nobody know what is in the report. But how did Ian Hale bring an injunction against the report if he did not know what is in the report? How did he bring an injunction against the report?
Because he must have known what's in the report because he's a defender. So he must have known.
Hold on, man. Hold on. So the FLA...
Let me answer a question.
Hold on, man. So the FLA know what is in the report and then bring it to court. That's all.
No, but the FLA is different. The FLA is different.
Hold on, man.
All the FLA are different.
Hold on, man.
How have the same privilege.
How are different?
Carl, let me tell you different.
No, I don't explain nothing to me.
Let me tell you different. You don't know yourself.
Hold on, Mr. Richards.
I might time to talk. No, I
Richards,
explain
a
nothing.
theme time.
I might time to talk. You know why you explain nothing. No, I talk. You just answer a question. I know why you explain nothing to me. All defendants have the right to contest a report that is sent to them. Every defendant, whether anybody at all, in Jamaica, anybody at all, the IC send a report, have the right to contest it.
The FLA is not contesting it. The FLA is not contesting it. That's what don't know.
Sir, I cannot tap eyes, man. What do you mean the FLA is not contesting
the
part of the report?
asks the court for decision to make them become under the secrecy act. Stop talk garbage, don't love talk on unknown umbrella.
How this a man, man? This a fool man, man.
Let me not tell you the FLA is not contesting thing.
Yeah, tapping eyes, man. The
FLA is not contesting it, bro.
How this a man? How this a idiot, man? I go tell me where me know.
The FLA, you don't know nothing at all. The FLA is not contesting it. Me I tell you that.
Where you know?
The FLA asks the court as the Tantor says then in Parliament.
Well, they don't sound good enough.
Stop that. Let me talk.
Hold on, Mr. Richards. Me need you to allow him. Me need you to allow Soji and then you
talk. I don't want him to tell me nothing. I don't want him to talk. Let me talk.
All right, take your time and talk, Soji.
The FLA is bring the report to court to shut down a part of the report, non-disclosure part of the report. What do you mean the FLA is not contesting it? What are you saying? What are you saying, sir? Listen to me, man. Uno come here, junk and PMP because you can't hustle no more. Because you can't get as you feel like anymore. All of it come out on your hand. So no junk and PMP trying to defend the PMP. Because the food stop, the free food stop, the hustling stop. So
get to the point, that's a bit trace, brother. You trace what like your girl, but get to the point, man. Come on, come here. Inform the man platform.
Sir, you cannot inform no platform with hustling. Now come here with that. So when you hear people attack things, you don't come and spin through the narrative what it is. 7 years it took for table Ian Hale's report.
You finished,
no, they don't see an issue with that.
Soji, you finished?
Yeah, man, you can't finish this up.
All right, come in, Mr. Richards.
Right. Good. Let me tell you something, and listen me good. You see, with Ian Hale's thing, Ian thing is different. Good? The parliamentarians, good? The speaker and the president do something in favor of a parliamentarian by saying, listen me, based on the fact that this parliamentarian have the thing and that thing, as parliamentarian, let us not table it, let us hold it. Good, then come to agreement with that. That a parliamentarian parliament.
Wait a minute,
listen, man.
That's all right, but go on.
Let me finish, man. And that's why they bring it up, you know. And that's why they bring it up, because, and that's the difference. The FLA is an entity. The FLA is not one individual. The FLA is a government entity. See me I say? The FLA is that Ian Hales are Andrew Owens are Mark Golden. The FLA is an entity. No one person. The FLA no one person. The FLA government agency.
So they have the right to
What the
contest.
FLA, let me finish, please. What the FLA did, the FLA, based on the report, FLA said, them carried to court and ask the court to put them under the secrecy law. Good? What Mark Golden did now, as a parliamentarian, as a lawyer, say, listen to me, the fact say you're not governed under the secrecy act. You can't stop me, stop the legislators from go through this report here. Because and like a cabinet with a secret, there's no way the Auditor General can't, and Attorney General, and nobody can send nothing about the cabinet to the Parliament. That covered under the secrecy clause. The FLA did not. The FLA is asking the court for that favor. So on a contest, the FLA contest it. The FLA agree with the report, but what they are saying, they want the secrecy because they don't want certain things to come out because maybe it's going to be displeasing to the public or something. But bear in mind, the FLA is not an individual. The FLA is an entity, an agency. I want to defend everything too much. Every time I want to mean you, Richard, you know, before me open my mouth, make me research. And I listen where I listen where the something say yesterday where the learned lawyer and the president of the Senate said. Him said, based on the FLA asked for this thing, guess we as the person who's supposed to do, we are not doing because we are going to prejudice it in case. Let me finish, brother. Brother, let me finish, brother. Brother, let me finish, brother. Let me finish because you know everything. You know everything.
Whoa. Wrap up, Mr. Richards.
Let me wrap up. So based on the facts, so listen me now, Carl. Because I know say you process things and I'm not intimidate you. The FLA 1 is not a person. What the parliamentarian do with Ian is totally different from the FLA. The FLA is an entity, no individual. Good? Ian is a person, an individual, a member of parliament. The FLA and a 1 or 2 somebody. The FLA is an agency. Bear that in mind. 2 different something. So when you hear some people have come chat about who done some who done, you can't contest this a grade 9 graduate here. You can't because it's a grade 9 graduate here. Learn and read anything and ask questions.
Tam Tavares since you bright and president of the Senate.
Me just tell you what president say. Me just tell you what president say.
You're bright on him saying
that. Me agree with the president. Me agree with the president. Me let me talk. I said I agree with the I said I agree with the president because the president said and give a justification say in case the court offer them the secrecy clause. Good. Maybe it's going to prejudice it. So we just chat to a different labor right. We not different labor right.
So if FLA have to do
this like soldier are done, so soldier come know oh you're soldier, you know?
Yo, all right. Let me out the two out. Come in, Mr. Ingram. Mr. Ingram, come in, Mr. Ingram. Don't open your mic. Don't open your mic back, Soji.
What I'm simply highlighting here, what I'm simply highlighting here this afternoon is Jamaicans need to note with particular interest that we were told that the NARA bill that is coming in, the Integrity Commission will be one of the watchdog agencies.
Mr. Ingram, you still mix up the 2 issues.
I'm not mixing up anything.
You keep on, I don't know why you keep on talking about NARA. What are they, Mr. Ingram?
Listen to the point I'm making. Listen to the point.
Confusion, Minister, man.
The point I'm making is crucial. If the Integrity Commission, we were told that the Integrity Commission is a watchdog in this country, that when matters are presented in Parliament, the Parliament will be taking reports from the Integrity Commission concerning, for example, the issue of NARA. So we are simply asking you today.
Mr. Soji, I want to hear the conclusion of what Mr. Ingram has said. Let me hear the conclusion, no man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Carl Lewis.
Let me hear the conclusion away, master, please.
All I'm simply saying here, what will happen in the case when there's a matter being investigated by the Integrity Commission on a act like, for example, NARA? What will Parliament do when the report is tabled there? Will it be?
All right, hear me now. All right, we hear you. 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 But when we reach a bridge there, we cross it. When we reach a bridge here, we cross it. Excellent. Come in, excellent. All right, Red Boss. Red Boss. All right, since
remember we made that saying
okay, I'll get last. All right, let me say something. All right, Mr. Ingram, you keep on. What on the Red Boss? What on the Red Boss? Mr. Ingram, you keep on talk about NARA, and you are saying that we were told that NARA, that the IC will be the watchdog for NARA, and right, yes. We are telling you say a two different thing right you know. Why we say a two different thing? As it is now, why the report don't table in the Parliament? FLA report don't table in the Parliament, and the President and the Senate alluded to it yesterday. It is because the matter is in court. End of story. That is why the leader of government business in the House of Parliament also state that on national radio. So for Mark Golden for come and say, him I'm gonna take the matter to court. If it not table by Tuesday, then him simple when I try to stick up the government and that not going to happen.
But Carl, when take them to
In
court,
addition, hold on, guys. In addition to that, he must stick up the speaker alone for say the speaker make the decision by herself. The president and the Senate said no. The president and the Senate said yesterday, say him, president and Senate, the speaker too, and the legal advisors to the Parliament also make the decision. We said no,
and
they are not going to table the report.
And the clerk, don't leave out the clerk. He said the clerk.
And the clerk, yes.
He did say that.
Yes, so I don't know why you don't understand this, guys.
You know what is happening here? We are making
Wait, Mark going to go court and Mark going
to cloud. We're making nice to cloud the situation.
I suppose Mark Golden can't go court and him lose too.
Hold on, please.
It'll be embarrassment for him. If he lose, it'll be embarrassment.
I wanted to be clear as crystal clear. All we are simply saying here. These are not a confusing matter. These are clear, crystal clear law.
This man cannot talk too much and nobody else can talk.
The Integrity Commission function is an act, is a law being executed here.
And we hear that.
We are not operating.
We hear that.
So indisciplined, man. Why this guy so indisciplined? Why are you so indisciplined?
Not the entire talk. Because you think me are your children them. You think me are your children them.
What exactly is that?
Put your children them. Shut your mouth. Never disrespect you, you know. Never disrespect you, you know. You diss me, you know. You shut your mouth.
Mr. Ingram, hold on. You know what
Hold on, man. I am speaking.
Mr. Ingram.
Mr. Ingram. Allow me to speak.
Mr. Ingram and excellent. You know what I'm to me? Make everybody leverage. Now here who we try to make everybody leverage, but sometimes it look like making too much leverage. And that is it. We can't talk over each other and we constantly do it. We can't control our ego, man. We're not big people. Mr. Ingram, finish your point and make Sochi come back in, please.
Thank you very much, Carl Lewis.
Make Sochi come back in, so wrap up.
What I'm simply pointing out here, if there's a law laid down, the law speaks for itself. We don't need any controversy. The law speaks for itself. And all of us here can go and read the Integrity Act, how the procedure function. When the Integrity Computer report, it is presented in Parliament, and after it is presented in Parliament, Parliament then laid the document. That is when the document becomes public. Where it is laid in
hear you, Mr. Ingram, hear you. Sochi, without any interruption. Sochi, make your point.
Yes, sir. So we all know the system that the Integrity Commission present a document to the Parliament, and the President of the Senate said the Parliament choose when to forward that report. Was that so? Is that so, Carl? Isn't that what the President of the Senate says? The Parliament choose when to table.
For table, yeah.
Choose when to table. So he said the matter is sub judice before the court, so that's why they are holding back and tabling the report. Was that what he said? Was that what he said? So what is the argument? What is the whole go on and come on and if something happen under Nara, we might never happen or this or that? What that have to do with all of this? The man said it is not gonna be tabled because why are we going around otherwise? Why are we pitching and flying all other place around? The same thing happened with Ian here. It took 7 years to table a report. So what is the problem? What is the problem? What is this? What makes PMP special? What makes PMP special than anybody else? What makes PMP special than anybody else? What? Are the PMP the gatekeeper of Jamaica? Are the PMP the gatekeeper for Jamaica? How come? Since when? What make them special? Who make them special? And let me address this. Just this small matter. I have never at any time, Mr. Richards, disrespect you. And I want you to know that you don't ever do that either. Because I've never ever disrespected you and know we are from. You understand me? And don't try that. Because let me tell you that I one life all the way have to live. Just remember that. Don't come here and try to disrespect me.
On the note, you finish. Because I don't want this go too far with them.
Listen me. With respect, you never disrespect me true. So I retract that and I unreservedly apologize. So listen this now. Alright? Listen what I'm gonna say now. I want to think on a thinking cap. You don't ever think about this. The fact that the FLA is not governed under the Secrecy Act. Why? Because of this report, they taking it to the parliament, to the court, to ask for it to be under the Secrecy. We never ask, we say the question. This is not video with Andrew Wallace government, you know. The FLA is that. Wait now, let me finish now. Let me finish up, please. Let me finish, please. Labor rights. I know everything at me, you know. When police go out there, me just say this since then, and shoot somebody, you know. I know Andrew Wallace tell them to go do it now. And the commissioner of police give them the order and everything stop with the commissioner of police, you know. Yes, the government, yes. But it reflect as a government. But I'm saying, and everything I've defended, bro. Because the FLA, wait, brother. Remember the thing, man.
Well,
the FLA.
The commissioner tell them to go, they're going to shoot people.
No, man, me not say that, brother. Listen, man, me don't go try it. Me don't go say a thing, me I say, if a police go to shoot, are the commissioner responsibility that, brother?
No, are the police responsibility that.
Listen, no, man, let me try something. I know Andrew Holness, I know the government, are the police. Good?
Richard,
are the police, wait, man, let me finish, man. Are the police and secret them carry a court, not the government. Listen, let me say again.
So me ask you, so why you not defend the FLA business?
Me say that for this is the FLA. Listen,
so why you not politicize it?
Listen, this man, and the politicize this man. The FLA, who are politicized, the FLA is an entity of government. The FLA, based on the fact, say, one report come, the FLA is not contest the report, say a lie, nothing no go so. What the FLA is asking the court for is to put them under the secrecy clause. Meaning, certain things were revealed like the most of them give you Richard a gun. Good? The fact that you Richard are someone in Jamaica society, if you go reveal, it all look bad for you Richard. So I can put that in a thing. We don't want you Richard name come out. And that's all the FLA wants, you know, brother. Why would
Okay.
ask
All right,
yourself the
all right.
question, why the FLA want the protection there? Me could
All right,
have forget, wait a minute, me finish now, brother. Me could just forget about PMP and forget about labor right. And think about this. The FLA,
So they don't have a right.
Me a wrap up, no brother. As Jamaicans, the FLA is not contesting the Integrity Commissioner report. Them not say wrong, them not say lie, and them not say right. What the FLA took one from the court is to put them under the secrecy clause.
So you agree say it's in
So
court
why
then?
am I
You agree say it's in
why
court?
am I going a carry court then? Why am I going a carry court then?
Uno make me finish, brother. Listen me, no man. Uno try listen me, I try get that. Cause me no can't understand what me I say. Why uno ask why the FLA agree with the Integrity Commission. However, the FLA want to be under the secrecy clause. Why uno ask and say the question why the FLA want that? And that just say again, you know.
What is he? What is he?
Well, I know.
Alright, you're a simple.
You don't understand what I say a while ago? You don't understand what I say a while ago?
You're a simple question now.
No, me don't understand me just say a while ago. Hey, anyone understand me just say a while ago?
Understand you.
Where the car?
Understand.
Where the horse? Where the horse? Where
Make we hear from Douglas.
Where the horse? Where the car? Car, let's say this car. Car, you understand me just ask the question?
Yeah, me hear you, Mr. Richards. Me hear you. Me hear what you say. Me understand what you say.
Alright,
That don't mean say we agree, but we understand.
Cool.
Yeah, but here a simpler question now. We have to simplify everything. Since the FLA make a request like that, right? And they make it through the court. Why we not wait on that decision instead of the leader of the opposition and threaten another last? We only have a compound the matter. Why we not just wait for that result?
Because the leader of the opposition, me I say, why
That's the same question they ask.
But the leader of the
That's the same question
why they
they
protect
ask.
somebody. Maybe they give somebody gun when the soon get gun. Maybe somebody get gun when never qualify for your gun. Maybe that them try to protect.
That's why
Maybe.
And the leader of the opposition want the country to know.
why
Wait a minute. The leader of the opposition want the country say you Richards is not qualified for a gun. However, they give him a gun.
Yeah, but listen, it's simple. That's why I'm saying.
But the leader of the leader of the defend now. He might defend the people of the country, you know.
Well, I am saying, since the matter is sub judice, why we not just wait on that result instead of we go make another? All I got to stretch out the thing with another lawsuit, you know.
But General, is a reason why they never put the FLA under the secrecy clause, you know. They could have put the FLA under the secrecy clause, no. The parliamentarians will bring the FLA into me, no. Could have put it in the secrecy clause, you know.
Alright. Yes.
Jesus.
May I say?
Yeah, excellent. Come in. No, excellent for come in now. Remember, I'm so lucky for that. Excellent, come in.
This thing what the man has said, I kind of add something to you know because me have said if they bring it go to the court, if they bring it under the Secrecy Act, we don't know which way the court gonna rule. So why don't we wait until the court rule, then table the thing? Suppose the court rule and put it under the Secrecy Act.
So excellent. Excellent. You don't want to know if they give you Richard a gun where you Richard qualify for your gun. You don't want to know that as a Jamaican.
Yeah, but when I say you Richard, the court must rule in another favor.
No, but that's what we say. We don't want. But the court can rule. Say you must know. Say a madman like you Richard get a gun. The court can rule in my favor. You know.
The court now have no sense. So the court now have no sense now.
Brother. Now me just say something. Hey, listen, listen. We're not going like gonna do. Me just put an analogy in it, brother.
No, me understand.
Me see where I am the one come back and HR come back. I was supposed to close off from 1:45 and now 4 o'clock. But I get some insight and some input from I am the one and HR now. HR.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
You want to go before me, HR?
All right. Carl, I thought to move past it already, but anyhow, I want to ask you, Richards, what does the IC secret, how does the IC secrecy clause protect the FLA? What does it do for them?
No, man, not the IC. The IC don't have a secrecy clause. We have a secrecy clause in a government where, like the cabinet, there's nothing can reveal from the cabinet. Nobody can report the cabinet to court. The cabinet got court now, nothing. The cabinet. And about, I believe, some section of the JDF and something of the security force.
All right, pause.
The fact that the FLA is not under that. Good. The same parliamentarian who will make these laws never put FLA under that. Me HR as a Jamaican, me want to know why the FLA at this time. Through this report, in the no contest report, you know, them only say they want to go to the secrecy clause. That's all me ask, you know.
Carl and company, listen. You Richards, you have your information backwards.
Okay.
You have your information backwards, sir. That's not the case here.
All right, tell me what the case.
What you are referring to is the Official Secrecy Act, which doesn't apply to this case at all. It is not an ingredient in this case at all. So I don't know where you got that information from, sir.
All right. Why the FLA carry go court? What the FLA want the court to rule on?
The FLA, and I spoke to it earlier.
No. That's remind me. Yes.
FLA, the investigative report that the IC generated on the FLA, right? The FLA's position is that if that report is published, it will impugn their reputation. It will have serious reputation damage for the entity.
So what's the difference from me?
You ask a question. So FLA is now before the court asking them for an injunction and to block that report from being published. Until certain changes are made. That is why the FLA is before the court, not because it wants to be a part of the Secrecy Act. That's not true. The Official Secrecy Act is not an ingredient in this case at all.
Oh God! But so yesterday when I learned it, President Senate say the fact say them apply for that, and if the court give them that, it will prejudice the thing. I lie. The President
Senate give them what? If the court gives them what?
Put certain section under the secrecy clause.
No, you never
Which
said that.
Which secrecy clause are you talking about?
The secrecy. Hey.
Let me find and play. Hold on.
Which secrecy clause you're talking about, you?
Yeah, more somebody find the president.
Then table the report it will prejudice the thing at the court.
Situation. And I'm going to repeat. Right?
Oh God!
The case, the Ian Eales case that went to court and the court
totally different. That's totally different. So Ian Eales is an individual. The FLA is an entity.
Wait, no man, hold on.
Is the FLA an entity or
president? Man, shut your mouth and make the man talk. You interrupt everybody, man. What is wrong?
I have a dialogue with the man. Ask man if the FLA.
But you have to allow the man to talk.
Brother, don't take me shut my mouth, brother, because I'm a big man for you. Don't go road.
You're no big man for me. You're a big man, me a big man. You're no big man for me. You're your one big man. Me and my one big man.
The Ian Eales case that went to court and the court gave its judgment on. The court in that judgment stated explicitly that Parliament or the presiding officers have the right and authority to table reports whenever they feel like. There's nothing in the IC Act that compel Parliament or compel the presiding officers to table report. It is entirely within the Speaker's discretion and the President of the Senate discretion to table a report. Given that, the FLA in this instant case brought a matter to the Supreme Court, citing reputation damage if that IC report is published. The Parliament, having got wind of that case, say, you know what? Let us put the report on pause until the matter is ventilated in the courts. That is what is happening here. That is what is happening. That's all. There's no stifling of democracy. There's no stifling of reports.
This is the same thing. May I try when I own equip the hearings thing?
The
FLA
is not trying to be covered by the Official Secrecy Act. That is not an ingredient here. It's not.
Who is the FLA? Who is the FLA? Because Ian is a member of panel. Who is the FLA?
The FLA is a government entity. We know that already.
The way I mix up with an individual. Not two different something that.
Wait, did you hear what I said a while ago? You? Did you hear what I said a while
Brother, you
ago?
don't tap equate ENLs and FLA case to that two different that, brother.
Did you hear what I said a while ago, you Richard? I used the judgment coming out of the ENL's case.
But that's two different things.
What the court
This
said.
can't be a judgment because this can't
Hold on a
produce yet
second.
because
Hold on a
there's a
second.
judgment on ENL, there's not a judgment on this one.
Hold on a second, HR. Let me explain something to you, Mr. Richards.
Your understanding of the matter is poor, you. That's your problem.
Yeah, hold on, HR. Let me explain.
I
something
don't know
to
try
Mr.
defend it.
Mr. Richards,
If you shoot another that foot,
Mr. Richards, hold on a second. Mr. Richards, hold on a second. Let me explain something to you. You see the same laws that govern, the same laws, the same principles, the very same ethics that govern the Ian Hills case is the same laws that govern this specific situation.
The Ian Hills case is corruption. The
same laws. Hold on. I'm trying to explain to you so that they can understand. Yeah, man.
No, but that's two different something, brother.
No, man. That's the same. Listen. Any investigation being carried out by the IC and that investigation is brought before the courts, it is considered the same jurisdiction as the previous statute.
Ian Hills was investigated for corruption. The IC one at court are different something, brother.
Yes. So guess what happened now? It is
the IC one a breach of rules, brother. That's not a corruption, brother.
Yes, man. But it is the same situation. It is the very same laws that govern that situation that would govern this one. It is the same set of rules that were laid out. It is the same rules that were laid out in Parliament, the same precedent that was set that would govern this situation. Even though Ian Hills is an individual and FLA.
I listen, me, you hear me, sir.
Hold on.
I stand correct.
All right, yeah, man. Just listen there, man. Just listen before you respond. So you see the case and the situation did what is called a precedent. You understand? So a new precedent was set in Parliament and in the court. So the precedent that was set determines how Parliament and also the court would move forward with any similar situation. And that is what we find here now. So the court will not supersede the previous precedent unless new material is brought before the court to determine that the previous precedent that was set needs to be adjusted. You understand?
Okay, all right. So, Philippine, great. Now, Mr. was going something with Philippine. Mr. was going to the editors. If I'm not educated now, the amount of reading me do. The amount of research me do. I am a very... No, she asked me a question. No, she asked me a question. I say, me cannot argue about that as a grade 9 graduate. At 983, Mr. was school. But guess what? I'm far more intelligent than women in their school because I learn a lot from people every day. Even on the platform, I learn from people. Even the dull and the ignorant, I learn from.
All right.
Mr. You never stop learning. Never stop learning. Yeah.
Mr. Richard, so HR presented one thing to you, and I'm going to present one more thing to you. You understand?
Yes.
So, if the courts decided to seal specific parts of the IC report in order to prevent any malicious disclosures by the IC that would, affect the reputation of the organization, do you believe that the IC would be able to present any of that damning information to the public?
No, I know the IC are presenting, the IC presenting the Parliament. Is a Parliament. No, the Parliament will not.
All right, listen. We've seen before where the IC have leaked information.
No, so that's what I'm saying to you. Let me tell you something.
Just for political expedience.
Yeah, and we know that. And I'm one. Listen.
Yeah, man. So may ask you that one question.
I just want to ask one question. I'm going to have like a dialogue. Come hear the question more. All right. Suppose, the speaker and the subject said them go release. Mark Golden in his constitutional right will take this side, same question I ask now, to take it to the court. Suppose the court sided Mark Gold and said to the replace. Or the court said, no, the speaker is right. So we can't accuse either me,
So-
you return accuse the speaker, and me not accuse Mark Gold.
So here's my response to that, no? Here's my response to that, no? Here's my response to that, right?
Yeah.
You see, if Mark Golding were to bring the House of Parliament to the court to force them to, you know, to bring a piece of you know, bring this thing before the Parliament, what would happen is this: that case would be thrown out because of previous precedents that have been made in
Exactly.
the court.
So why we are arguing about it? That means why we argue about
no,
it.
but listen
Allow
up,
him
Mark
to do it.
Golding. Listen, Mark Golding brought it up in the clean up. He said that he's going to bring the Parliament to court. When there is precedent set, hold on, you know. When there is, I feel face, man. I feel face, man. But guess what happened now? But listen, man. But listen. All right, but listen. Listen,
we are arguing about it for them.
Mr. Richard.
Are you bring it up, you know? Are you bring it
Listen
comment
to me now.
I did not. I participate in comparison in this argument. Yeah,
man, Mr. Richard, listen.
Yeah.
You gentlemen brought the conversation here because you obviously want
did not.
to ventilate it.
No, I did not.
It does not necessarily mean you personally.
Yeah.
But
me I tell you about me. Listen to me, man. Listen to me. Listen to me. I listen to me. Me aside see like a right to the speaker of not a table it. I see him right Mark going now.
But
and anyway, good rule in favor, one of them got
Mr. Richards, you need to stop saying the speaker, because what you need to remember is that
the Parliament, the
Parliamentary Committee, hold on, the Parliamentary Committee, not the Speaker of the House. The Parliamentary Committee determines what is brought before Parliament, not the Speaker of the House.
And a point of order, somebody just...
So you see where misleading. Hold on, man. Hold on, Mr. Ingram. Mr. Ingram, hold on, man. Hold on.
10 seconds, 10 seconds.
Hold on, Mr. Ingram, hold on.
I know, I'm making a point, what you said. You said something, give me 10 seconds. Somebody just told this panel a little while that it is the discretion of the speaker to table the matter. Somebody just said a little while.
HR said that.
Discretion of the speaker.
Listen, I do not know of anything being the discretion of the speaker. What I know to be a fact is that
thank you very much, sir.
Anything that is brought before the Parliament for discussion is brought before the Parliamentary Committee first, and the committee votes on it and determines what is brought before Parliament, not the Speaker of the House. So you see, hold on, please hold on. Not the Speaker of the House. So you see, any statement that is made to suggest either by the leader of the opposition or by any member here that the Speaker of the House is who determines what is brought before Parliament. That is false. Hold on, man, sir. Hold on, Mr. Ingram. That is false. That is false.
Hold on, Mr. Ingram. I have a question.
That is false and a frivolous. Hold on, man. That is false and a frivolous accusation. All right? We can say it is an outright lie. All right. So
I have a question, more. So, what you use right now? All right. So earlier, when you Richard attack, you said that on previous time the IC leak report. What time the IC had leaked the report, and what was done to reprimand the IC when they leaked such report where you mentioned? And what report was done?
Listen, let me make
listen, man, but you said
let me make something. Listen, let me make something. Painfully obvious. I'm not going to move away from the meat of the matter. And
no, we're not move away, but well, I know, we're not move.
You see, No, this is always no. Listen to me, man. You ask a question, and I'm
No,
responding.
but me now move. Are
This
you
is always
mentioned it,
what
you know?
is done. Yes, man. This is always what is done. You want to major in the minor. You want to
No,
major in the
no. We not
minor,
major in minor.
and then you
What I
want
know,
to ask
this
frivolous
discussion,
questions.
well, I know,
You want
this
to ask
discussion you
frivolous
have now
questions about
was
things that
start by
have
me and
no
Carl.
bearing. Yes, man. And you want to start, and you want to ask frivolous questions that have
No,
no
you
bearing on
mentioned
the
it.
actual discussion.
No, well, I know,
So
sir.
let us focus
No, we are
on
going to
what
focus.
we are discussing.
No.
All right.
No.
So
You said
what we are discussing, yeah, man. What we're discussing,
Hey, guys, hold on there. Hold on, everyone. I want you to play
Yeah, what's up?
President of the Senate.
What's
Thing when speech yesterday.
But Carl, before we play the clip, the more I listen to the conversations, the more I realize that a lot of persons really don't understand the situation at all. Because I hear persons saying it's not discretionary of the speaker, it's not up to the speaker alone. But we need to put the whole matter into context. If you listen to what Tavares Finch said a while ago, so, whose background is that? If you listen to what Tavares Finch said in the Senate on Friday, yes, he said, having considered the question that the matter is before the court, he, as president and the speaker, in consultation with the legislative council in Parliament, they arrive at a collective decision to exercise the discretion not to publish the report until the FLA matter is fully ventilated in the court. So it is up to the presiding officers of Parliament, and the court in the He and Hales matter said that as much.
Wanna stop Mr. PNAs and the FLA are two different things. One is an individual.
You Richard, stop me something, man.
What you're demonstrating, you Richard, is your inability to think abstractly and refer to the judgment of that case.
HR.
The court said that the Parliament would be acting intra vires. It's they're conducting their business. The court has no jurisdiction in that. Una speak on a question, on a matter, on a topic, una fully understand. It is up to the presiding officers of both the Parliament to publish.
All right. HR.
Yes.
Before I think Alvaro did I try to make a point.
No, Carl, me not gonna make no point again. Cause you invite me over here, you know. I made a attack from morning.
Yeah, I want the problem. Alvaro.
At 2 times somebody take me now and mute me mic. I mean not do disrespect.
No, but me not nobody will wire for take it down. I mean not do that.
Carl, that's so me say no. A 2 time person mute me. I mean not do disrespect. I mean your friend like that. So
yeah, we know that.
Me rather me keep out that conversation and come down.
But Alvaro, I want you to listen to the clip.
I want everybody.
I could get on with the conversation.
The statement that was read by the president, please.
Yeah, so make we listen to the clip now. All right, it will play now.
Now to the details. Senate President Case Counsel Tom Tavares Finch has defended the
no, man, that is edited, man. I know that. That is edited. You can't listen to edited one.
What is the problem?
Because it's edited. Why hear the full thing with
this not edit. This are the full thing, boss. Which edited? This come straight from the clip. This not edited. Listen.
Decision of the Parliament's presiding officers. Addressing the Senate on Friday.
Turn it up, Carl. You have to turn it up. Turn it up.
Opposition leader Mark Golding's claim.
Can't turn up no more.
Also accused the opposition of unfairly maligning Speaker of the House of Representatives Juliet Holness for the decision not to table the report. Siobhan Campbell tells us more.
The failure to table a report from the Integrity Commission on the Firearm Licensing Authority, FLA, months after it was received by the Parliament, has drawn condemnation from the opposition. Opposition leader Mark Golding has gone as far as threatening legal action against the Parliament's presiding officers as a result, accusing Speaker of the House Juliet Holness of breaching the law. But Senate President Tom Tavares Finson has rejected that claim. He says the decision was made collectively by the presiding officers of the Parliament.
Much of the discussion has been criticism directed at the Speaker of the House, who has been unfairly accused of attempting to thwart and stifle our democracy by her failure to table the report. I wish to make it abundantly clear that the decision not to table this specific report was not taken by the Speaker of the House in isolation. That decision was taken by the presiding officers. That is to say, myself as President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House, in consultation with the clerk and the legal officers of the Parliament.
The matter is currently before the court as the non-disclosure of the segment.
And them make a decision. Then they'll take advice.
Oh, let's keep here, man. Also versus the Integrity Commission, stating that Parliament is not constrained by the current proceedings. However, King's Counsel Tavares Finson says the Parliament has a different interpretation, which he believes is on firm legal footing.
The view was taken that those proceedings should move ahead until it became clear where the court was heading in this matter, and we determined that the document ought not to be tabled until the issue in the court was further ventilated. In fact, the approach that we have now adopted has received the approval of the most senior constitutional lawyer in this country, Dr. Lloyd Barnett, who says, if there is an application for non-disclosure in the courts, then you wouldn't frustrate the court's proceeding.
It's a Richard,
oh, you play, let's keep playing, man. Meanwhile, the Senate President has cited what he believes are deliberate attempts to undermine the Speaker of the House.
Persons who are well aware of this, however, have sought to ascribe the decision as not to table the report solely to the Speaker of the House in yet another attempt to besmirch her authority and tarnish her reputation. I am not surprised by these attacks, however, as there is a long history of attacking strong women in leadership in this country by many sections of our society.
Siobhan Campbell for Nationwide News.
Meanwhile, the Senate President says he's been in receipt of a threat of legal action from opposition leader Mark Golding. According to him, Golding wrote a memorandum to the Parliament demanding the FLA report to be tabled no later than next week.
I trust that the Integrity Commission's investigative report of the FLA will be tabled at the next sitting of the House of Representatives and Senate, respectively. If not, I am putting the capital on it. If not, I intend to instruct legal counsel to file proceedings as advised in the memorandum. Well, no doubt the memorandum has already been released to the public. I consider this an unprecedented threat to the administration of Parliament and the conduct which I believe is beneath the dignity of the office of the leader of the opposition.
KC Tavares Finson says shortly after his receipt, he saw the memorandum in one of the country's leading newspapers. This, he says, prompted his decision to make it public and respond to it. He declared that the Parliament will not give in to threats.
Without saying too much, I would just indicate that the presiding officers, the Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, and myself as President of the Senate will not bow to any intimidation or threat, but will administer
But you keep playing, man. I know this open things out can't proper question,
protocols, the standing orders, and the Constitution of Jamaica, which is the supreme law of the land.
King's Counsel Tom Tavares Finson, President of the Senate. The Firearm Licensing Authority effort.
All right, you don't hear it, so they can.
You can was right all the time, though. You was right.
I want to reiterate the point.
Hold on, HR.
Wait, man. Wait, sir. Wait, man. I want to reiterate the point, Carl. That the decision not to table that report is entirely within the discretion of the presiding officer of both houses of Parliament. However, they have taken a decision to hold on, not to exercise that discretion and table the report until the FLA case is fully ventilated. That is proper.
Yeah, but at the speaker do it and speaker the president do it.
Carl, more ask you a question. Carl, 1 second.
All right, ask your question.
No, you never said this to Carl. Have a good day. I second time, me if you adjust something and then mute me mic. Me not take this shit.
Why? Me no know who mute your mic.
Me
no know who mute your mic. But me tell you, say, I'm me alone over here. No moderator for me no over here. So me no know who mute your mic.
Enjoy,
and me, now mute nobody mic. So me no know where you talk about still. Me I tell you the truth.
Stop being like a baby, man.
Me no mute mic. I know that too.
General, listen me answer now. Just enjoy. Maybe stay and like comment and listen.
All right, sir. All right, pick up yourself.
So, Carl, that's what I need us to understand. I need us to understand that it is entirely within the discretion of both presiding officers to table IC reports. No law. Richards, I'm on the floor. I can't hear you if I'm speaking. You know, I can't hear you if I'm speaking. So what I want to solidify, Carl, it is entirely within the discretion, legally so, entirely within the discretion of both presiding officers to table a report in this FLA matter. They have decided collectively, between both of them, and in consultation with the clerk and the legal team at the Parliament, not to exercise that discretion until the FLA case is fully ventilated in the courts. And I think that's proper, because based on what the FLA is asking the court to rule on, it's a report that if it is published, it has the potential to ruin its reputation.
But HR girl, you believe it proper and the opposition leader be the proper. So you have more, listen to me, you have more dignity, you have more credibility than the opposition leader. And
actually, yes.
It's not a question of credibility, sir.
But you believe in it, but the opposition, what not cost of generally film have other opinion? What not cost the man? Why would not cost the man have a different opinion and we have?
And of course, we are cost the man, you know.
Yeah, man, this man say, I'm an idiot, and I'm a world book country. Every time the man's job is to protect, listen now, the man's job is to protect the taxpayer of Jamaica and the citizens of Jamaica as the opposition. Hold the government accountable.
You see what we're seeing?
When am I doing to the vex?
Mr. Richards, you see what we're seeing? We're seeing a whole heap of theatrics and parading.
When them tear down the country in the 90s.
When Andrew was it, when Andrew was it the government got code for the energy money.
Never against the Chancellor of Wealth from the poor to the rich.
Me talk for Jamaica, me talk for people.
You never protect us against that. The greatest Chancellor of Wealth from the poor to the rich.
You never protect us from that. For the $11 billion. Why will never protect us
from that?
When Andrew was born, that said, when the man Carl, bless myself, me general.
Yeah, PMP, we are talking about politics.
Mr. Ingram, yeah.
I want to make a point here, because listening to the conversation, listening to the entire thing now, the question begs. So when a report is presented to Parliament by any of the investigation bodies, that report can simply be withheld in Parliament and don't make public.
No, Mr. Ingram, no. Let me stop you, listen. No. In this case, it's different. It's not all the time you see this happen. So don't go there.
If the report is
in this case, the reason was given. Hold on. In this case, the reason was given by the Senate President to say that the matter is in the court, and they want to make sure it's properly ventilated before them table it. So it's a different case. So every case must be seen on its own merit.
Carl Lewis, my simple question is, when a report is presented, is generated by an investigating body, whether the Auditor General or the Integrity Commission or any other investigative body, and it is presented in Parliament, what is the next move as relates to the Parliament and the report?
Well, the Parliament, which includes the Speaker,
which include the speaker, the people who decide which report must table. It's the speaker, the clerk, the president of the Senate, and the legal advisors.
Hold on, Carl.
That is my understanding. And I
Hold on,
always stand to
Carl.
correct.
Hold on, Carl.
Mr. Ingram. Hold on a second.
We are clarifying a point here, so can you
man, and I'm trying to clarify.
For a minute?
Yes, may I try to clarify what Carl is saying?
No,
I'm trying to clarify what Carl is saying.
I am making a point and I'm just trying to clarify it. Please allow me, sir. Please allow me. All I'm saying here, when a report is presented in Parliament by these investigating bodies, I am not seeing a clear path where these reports will be made public to the Jamaican people. And I'm very concerned.
Carl, okay. Carl, you see, the mere fact that somebody can ask a question like that is all the evidence you need that the person is not familiar with the parliamentary process. When I see reports are tabled in Parliament, when those reports are tabled, it is referred to the IC Oversight Committee for deliberation and report. It doesn't stay with the speaker. Yeah? But the speaker is a conduit through which a report comes to Parliament. If you are familiar with the processes of Parliament and how reports are dealt with, you that answer that one question yourself, Ingram.
I am
We have never had a case in this country. We have never had a case. We have never had a case in this country where reports of commissions of Parliament are
totally refusing to respond to anything you are saying because I know your pattern and your objective.
No, you can't respond to it, Ingram. You really can't. So that's fine with me. That's fine with me, Ingram. You can't respond. You cannot respond to the. You can't. Because if you were familiar with the processes in Parliament, you would answer to ask 9 questions.
Carl Lewis, what I'm trying to establish here, Carl Lewis, is that my understanding is that when these investigations are done by the respective investigating body, that report must be made public to the Jamaican people. And I'm identifying a persistent pattern in which these reports, there's a failure to present certain of these reports to the Jamaican people. And
Carl, that's nonsense, Carl. There's no pattern nowhere. Every report that comes to Parliament, we have never had a case in this country where reports that come from commissions of Parliament are stalled or they're stifled. They're always made public unless there's a question about the report. There are questions around the report that cause the matter to go to court where it is delayed.
Okay. All right, Mr. Dino Chino. Dino, what go on?
Listen to no car.
You follow the discussion?
Well, since the time I sit down and listen to me here, you know, but the truth of the matter, though, you know, when independent bodies such as the IC and the AG submit report to Parliament, the sole decision is really belonging to the president of the House and the speaker. They make a decision when it is being tabled. That's their authority.
Thank you, Dino.
You see,
in the same way,
hold on a second. Give me a chance. Please.
Then go authority at the Parliament. Why not come and make problem? Why is it that going on and making problem? Huh? If it takes 5 years, similar like we years to table at the Parliament, it go and wait till 5 years before the table because the court will go and be said before the table. So we go for the goose, go and go for the gander too. 5 years we take before the table at the other Parliament, that is what will happen. So you go and wait and do course and let that lead lodging on your head and put on your brain. So no care no spinning and twisting and turning and do what you want to do with it. Put that in your head. For 5 years you take before you can table at the Parliament, that is the time when you go and have to wait.
Right,
no amount of intimidation and bullying will not, you cannot cause that bill to table at the House of Parliament. It will not table until when the court make a decision. For 5 years it take,
But
That at
the
the time you can
court cannot intervene in the parliament business. The court not get involved in parliament business.
Dino, but Dino, that's
if
Dino,
5 years it take like year and years before we take 5 years before it that
Dino, but Dino, that is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying, Dino. That the courts will not intervene in the internal process of the parliament. They can't do that.
That's why I have 3 different sections of government.
Exactly.
The court is independent of the parliament, but the court can overrule the parliament if the parliament pass an act or a central bill that is conflicting to the constitution or affect the citizens' rights.
It has a right to do that. That is how to do.
But the court not get involved in parliament issues. No,
and that is why before I am the one coming, that is why I'm citing the ENA's ruling, Dino, to say that the court said that already, that they will not intervene in the proceedings of parliament. When the presiding officers of parliament don't table a report or they table a report, that is parliament dealing with its own internal affairs. The court not get involved in that.
The court will never get involved, no.
Exactly, sir.
Yeah, you see, what I wanted to say is, you know, it's something that everybody, every sane individual in Jamaica, and even people in the diaspora must realize this. All we're seeing from Mark Golding is theatrics, a performance, an intention to cast assertions, to put out a narrative, to put out implications about some sort of thing of the sort, some weirdness. And this has been his machinery for a very long time. You know, we can see it, and it is becoming even more evident now to a lot of people who even stood at his side previously can now see that this individual and what he's doing is pure propaganda. It is propaganda in its purest form, because he consistently is in the media spreading
all propaganda coming to this issue.
Because this is what this is. Mark Golding
there's an issue for the parliament that
Dino, all right. Dino, let me explain. You asked me how propaganda comes into this situation, and I'll explain it to you. It is propaganda when Mark Golding, as leader of the opposition, is going to go to the media and say the Speaker of the House made this decision on her own, when that was not the case. It is obvious that Mark Golding has an axe to grind with the Speaker of the House.
But you don't think it's send a signal?
No, man, let me finish.
Send a signal when that issue come before the parliament from March, and that issue that come in last week has not been tabled.
Let me finish first, and I'll respond to that
who is the head of the FLA? You know, that is why we say we have to be careful how we set up organizations and who we put as the head organization.
Yeah, man. Let me finish first, and I'll respond to that question also. You understand? It is obvious that he has an axe to grind with the Speaker of the House, because it is well known by all the members of Parliament and everybody that follows politics in Jamaica and governance that anything that is supposed to be tabled in Parliament is not done by the Speaker of the House. The Speaker of the House has to consult with the members, which is the President, the President of the Senate, and the other officials, in order to determine what can be brought before the Parliament, right? If that is not passed, the Speaker of the House does not have the power to arbitrarily add anything to the bill to be discussed in Parliament.
There's nothing to pass. Right? The board of them meet and make a decision.
That aside, it has to be discussed among that group, and then brought to be determined if it is possible to bring it before Parliament. That aside, whereas this specific situation is concerned, we already discussed why it was not brought before Parliament. It was not brought before Parliament because of the fact that it is in the courts. So it is a matter that is before the courts, and if Parliament were to put it onto the bill to be discussed in Parliament, what would happen is that parts of the case that are being discussed in court would have been brought before the Parliament, which would have made it public. And that is what is being discussed in the case that is before the courts. So Parliament would unintentionally disrupt the court proceedings by leaking that information that is being discussed in court prior to it being discussed in court, are determined if it should be made. I'm not sure if anybody here understands what that means, but you all should understand what that means. If it is brought before Parliament and discussed, then all that is happening in the courts with that specific case will be null and void, because we would have already put the horse before the gate, or put the horse before the carriage. That is what is happening in this situation, and that is what Mark Golding wants. Mark Golding wants the Parliament to put the horse in the carriage in front of the horse, and the carriage will be pulling the horse.
This.
Hold on. Technically, you're saying that I don't want to
the people on the floor. It's not a case where the matter will be null and void. It's not a case where the matter will be null and void. The Parliament tabled the report while the FLA is going through the court. It will unnecessarily and unduly prejudice the matter.
Yeah, but
people,
but let me take a
opinions.
But the IC, under the rule, the IC report, before the IC report is tabled in Parliament, it cannot be made public, right? So how are you going to argue that case in court without making it in public?
Go again?
Under the law, the report submitted by the IC cannot be made public until it is tabled in Parliament. How that case is going to be handled in court without making it public?
But that's a thing, Dino. If the Parliament go ahead and publish that and table that report, while
but if the court going to deal with it, have to come public if you go into the court?
No,
sir.
No. Go hang it privately. Tell me.
No.
Hold on, man.
The court operates in camera.
Dino, no, what tell me now, Dino? How did Mark Golding know the content of that very same report that you just talk about? Because you can't discuss it. How did Mark Golding know the content of the report?
Did Mark Golding tell us?
You want to know how did Mark Golding know the content of that report, sir?
Mark Golding tell us what is the content of the court of the report?
No, but he did. He's implying that there's something in the
document. Give him that content. How did he know? And it was not table B, that they tell him non-integrity committee and leak information.
Mark Golding did not tell what is in the report. You're telling me.
I have to agree with you on that one. I have to agree with you on that one, Nathaniel. I have to agree with you wholeheartedly on that one. How does Mark Golding know what is in that?
He great and him leak it. And I'm going to go back to that piece of recording with the video tonight when he leak the content of the report. So no one can fool me, come in here and do it. So now that I'm come up that straight deal, how come Mark Golding?
If the IC is an independent body and is not politically aligned, how would Mark Golding have so much control of the IC that they are leaking information to him to present to the public?
What information was leaked to the public? When the IC issue a report, it is published on their website that the report has been presented to the Parliament. Hold on, man.
Okay.
But it doesn't tell you what is in the report.
Okay. Then why is Mark Golding suggesting that there is something in the report that is incriminating for the...
I never hear that of Mark Golding. Mark Golding is the man
that is what he is saying.
Allah, you tell me, the man say it all time out. Mark Golding record that the Jamaican people with the contents of what in the report.
What is the content? What is the content in the report?
Dino, he said it.
You can't defend that in the record that he saw.
He said it, Dino.
What him say was in the report?
He said that the contents of the report will show that where what things are happening in the FLA, and that is why he's forcing for the report to be tabled into Parliament to be discussed.
So saying that
That's
saying
what
that
he
he's
said.
saying that he's telling that he tell
So
what is
how
in the
would he
report.
know? How would he know?
Saying that he's telling what.
Know that there is something in there about that Mark Dino.
You know
How
who
would he
else
know?
come back up Mark Golding Dino? The farmer head of the non-integrity commission. Come back him up with the full details of the report. Before he even came in a parliament.
How would he know that Dino? If the IC is independent and
I'm
not
asking,
leaking the
making such a
information to
statement
the
does
People's
not tell me
National
that I
Party,
know what is in the report.
how would he know that? The report could be about anything.
Listen to me. Oh,
I saw in the news.
When Miguel Phillips was charged, when Miguel for
no man, we're not shift the
late, when the
conversation.
report
Dino.
came in that Miguel Phillips should be charged for late submission.
Yeah man.
Hold on. We hear all sorts of rumors and people rumor what is in the report, eh? And the truth of the matter, when it revealed all was in the report that him submit him statutory late.
Yeah man.
So
We're not shift the conversation, Dino. We're not shift the conversation because let me tell you what was observed in the news yesterday, right? In the news yesterday, they say that it is being implied that there is some sort of illegal activity happening and corruption happening in the FLA.
But that argument has been going on for many years now.
Dino, do not shift the goalposts. Because
no, but you remember former Minister Manchiki
what they are making reference to is this current situation that is happening. And they are saying this is why Mark Golding is adamant that the report has to be tabled in Parliament. And they even went further in the news to say that Mr. Ingram, you can mute yourself. Mute your mic, please.
You know, it's pure garbage. These guys.
You can mute your mic, please.
To these guys. They are just making loud noise. Garbage these guys saying.
Your mother is a garbage man to bring a dog like you come yourself.
He did not say
that.
Why you come up here and chat? These guys are speaking garbage.
Man, what go on right yourself?
What come out of your mouth, man? You bring up a man in the box, so the first thing him come up and do is start disrespect people.
How what you say? Who that Jairus?
Yes.
What do them people here, man? On a need for make on a decency counteract on a dirty principle, man. Anyway, go on, let us continue.
You know what, may I go just mute myself for like a while.
Yeah, but you can't make that set you off, my brother. You go always find some detractors. Okay, what you do?
Yeah, so Golding come out and come and tell the country who details are in that report. Tell by the farmer head of the non-integrity commission that have no credibility at all.
Then tell me what is in the
how did Mark Golding know the details of those reports if they don't want the IC don't tell him? You see, already before the general election, when Mark Golding come out there, say 6 people are not investigate, and up until now, no such report was never ever tabled in the House of Parliament. But yet Mark Golding run penny and use it as a campaign to when nothing goes so. So we can't trust none of them. We cannot need a Mark Golding or the non-integrity commission because they're not credible. That are not continue to see entity bringing them before the court because they're not credible. So that entity has now been damaged and mashed up by Mark Golding and criminal elements them.
That means that you're supposed to know you know what's in the report then.
Okay, Mark Golding, come out and talk what was in the report. I mean, you know exactly what is in the report.
Market week come in a parliament this week and I send out memorandum. If them have the decency, he send the memorandum go get the man. But he don't have the he make sure say send go get the tiny paper clean up before he send go get the man. That is show you how dunce they are. Because them feel like they can intimidate nobody. Tell Mark Golding say nobody never vote for him on September 3rd. And that is what he need to get in his head. In his big head. Nobody vote for him on September 3rd, and that they need to get in their head. And you might come is the Prime Minister of Jamaica. And if he wants to work with, we give him power to do what he's supposed to do. And we now waste the time with him. And no. Neither one of them Mark Golding can intimidate nobody over here. What we say after done. So the court take 5 years to get through the matter with them and they not with the FLA and they not into with the commission. That it will be the time when that report will be tabled. So they get that done ahead.
Good afternoon, gentle people. Good afternoon. Can I ask, let me see, Comrade Dino?
Well, go on, Chuck.
Can I ask a question? You see, some of the time we have one of the most important things in law is precedents, you know. And when we have precedents to go by, we have to use it. Now, when there was a report about Ian Hayes that was sent by the contractor general to the parliament and Ian Hayes filed a lawsuit, was that report tabled?
Chuck, I don't remember them something like that.
No, the answer is no. It wasn't tabled.
No, I remember that.
The answer is no. Hold on, Nathaniel. The answer is no, it wasn't tabled. When Peter Bunting took the Integrity Commission to court, was his report tabled?
Remember what Peter Bunting said the Integrity Court on?
They did a report about his time in charge of the FLA. I don't remember the details, but he took them to court. Was his report tabled?
Me have to read back that again. I remember that, Chuck.
But the answer is no. Because once there's a court proceeding about things not being made public, you can't preempt the court ruling by making it public.
You cannot say you can't. There's nothing in law.
You can't.
Nothing in law says that, Chuck. Nothing in law says that, Chuck.
All right. The precedence that we set is that once there's a court ruling,
that's a different situation.
So let me ask you now, why shouldn't the precedents run in this case? Remember, the persons at the center of this are not politicians, you know, are civil servants. But they have a case before the court. Shouldn't the court case be heard before we make it public? I know nothing technically, I just simple. We have a precedent. Once somebody send a report and there's a court proceeding, the court proceeding is allowed to go through.
It's obvious that you never hear what I said at the beginning. I said, tabling of a report depends on the president and the speaker of the house. They have to make this decision when it is being tabled.
Right. Then why is Mark Golding threatening court action if he not get him away? Why is Mark Golding such a child? Why do we have coalition government in Jamaica?
No.
Then why does Mark Golding believe that his decision for himself mean more than the government?
Everybody in Jamaica has rights, and if he feels within his rights that he wants to challenge something with the court, he's free to do so. Everybody have a right to challenge anything through the court.
Yeah, but there's such a thing as wasting the court time and trying to steer public opinion. That's all Mark Golding care about, you know. Oh, may I put something in a people's heads so they might hide something. Now let me ask you this, Dino. This report, is it about politicians? No,
it's not.
Just something at the FLA.
Is it from the FLA?
But the subject of it has filed a lawsuit. So if the government says, let's just wait and see what the court does, and then we will do after that. What is wrong with that? The Integrity Commission sent 5 reports and then table the other 4. And
Let me ask you a question, Chuck. Let me ask you something, Chuck. If the PMP was in power right now and similar thing take place, knowing that the the head of the LA is a member of the PNP. You know, the GLP have grows to speak also. You see, this is the problem with Jamaican politics.
Wait. Let me answer that question first. Having groans to speak and speak in the studio. Andrew Holness, in 2012, when he lost, sit and say we are going to be responsible in opposition. I know everything we are going to jump at. And he did that for 4 years straight. They sided with the government when it was necessary, speak and think when it was. But they never wasted the country time with them little trivial sitting here. You waste the country time with things of substance. Not these little trivial things. So having the right to speak and speaking is two different things. Andrew Holness led a responsible opposition. And just check back the history and say if I'm lying. He led a responsible opposition that only speak when it was necessary, only speak when it was important.
Yeah, unnecessary theatrics, Chuck. Unnecessary theatrics.
Mark Gordon now believes that he is a co-prime minister and Andrew was consulting on everything. That's what Mark Gordon believes in.
There's no case to be
prime
tried.
minister.
There's no
the
case
one that good. He's a when you say Chuck, he believe him as a co-prime minister.
There's no case.
That's what he
to bring
believes.
to the court in a shock because the court, the matter won't even be heard. The matter won't even be heard because the court said what Parliament do is entirely within its discretion and powers. So there's what Mark Gordon
wants. Establish that the court is totally independent. The Parliament is totally independent of the court.
The court said what Parliament.
There are three arms of government. They are independent.
Listen to me carefully. The court said when it comes down to table reports, that is Parliament handling its internal affairs, and it won't get in that.
So if they've not gone ahead and table it, the court no business with the court no business with
what Mark Gordon what the courts to do is to mandate the Parliament to table the report, and that won't work.
The court does not get involved in the Parliament procedure. It's three different arms of government.
They contacted General Dino. It was the then former minister of the opposition, the former leader of the opposition, Mr. Peter Killett, who stand up in the Parliament and said that report must not be tabled in the Parliament and must allow the court to deal with the matter before that matter was tabled in the Parliament. So come on, I know what. We're having a problem with Ian bring the contract as general to court.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
The same thing. We don't have a problem.
The general
hypocrite, I'm going to stop the hypocrisy, brethren. When Ian plead, we never have a problem. But now the FLA using the very same law where Ian has used. We don't having a problem.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I have one question for Dino. Dino, how are you doing, sir?
I'm great.
I want to hear you speak more like this, but you're not perturbed that those people may try to tarnish you and say all kind of something about you when you're actually talking sense.
What people say is about me have nothing to do with DP.
No, they're not going to cost Dino because they can't call Dino.
No, man. No. Mayor Sydney said Dino a paid JLP talking point. Anytime Dino talk things that make sense, then go on, go some way, man. Allow me to tell Dino?
You listen to Sydney and foolishness all the time.
All right.
This
but
is
you say all of the right things them today, Dino.
The last time Dino agreed with me on a live, then beat him for 1 month straight.
like Ingram, them prefer shut up now if you actually speak the truth, you know. Ingram tell me that already. Say, hold on, this is a politics. You think I'm going to jeopardize myself or whatever to give you the answer? Yeah, man. I mean, I think the nation bigger than that. Like, you know, say when somebody has said something wrong, and before you agree, say yes, it wrong, you prefer remain quiet. But all of us know the plan of the PNP And Dino, you agree with me on that the plan of the PMP
that's why
right
I
now is
asked
to
the
get
question a while
rid
ago
of.
on the DP. I say, if it was the other way around, you don't think the JP would have a voice just the same. You see, the problem I
No
in
man,
Jamaica.
but Dino,
Not so,
Trump
yes,
just
but
answer
not
you a
so,
while
yes,
ago.
Dino,
Trump
but not
just
so
answer you.
strident.
You see,
Trump
but
just answer you a while ago and
I
said,
have, the
hold on,
problem I
Dino,
have
hold
with our
on, Dino,
Jamaican
we
politics.
Hold on,
experience,
Dino. Hold on, Dino.
hold on, Memelan. We have experienced that, those of us who have been watching politics. When Andrew Holness was in opposition, he never either try half of the stuff them. Like what we see the PMP, them I don't know. When you have one member going at the house, knowing that you're not allowed to speak no other language unless you seek permission, and started off our presentation with that and with our response, and then come and tell us that the speaker is predictable. So like me know, say no, like Nathaniel, me I go use Nathaniel head at. So if you're there anything and a chat foolish and shell and one of them, Tino, you're going to know say this I go create a response and you do that just for the person respond that kind of way. Yeah, and again, what
how did the speaker when she did that, how did the speaker respond?
What that's supposed to mean? I don't understand that question.
That's simple question. I say when she did speak in a broken English or patois, what you want to call it, how did the speaker respond?
The speaker responded accordingly.
The speaker shut her up.
No, the speaker did not shut up. I got started to make nice and all the speakers said, well, I know she knows it.
Every time that woman Dino get up to the parliament to speak, she try to do something to promote the speaker at the house.
The speaker responded very deep. The speaker responded. The speaker responded. Why you have pressure, man? Why you have to shout so much? Why you have to shout so?
She know what she's doing. So no come here with the brother. She know what she had done. Promote the lady avoid that. Continue to promote the lady. But I hear her now. Open up our mouth and big star. And go out the non-civil society group and all of them was silent around this is the one that come on to Mrs.
Take time, Nathaniel. Dino, you hear Birchall saying that she did not try to call the speaker Yamhead?
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
You know who Jamaica call Yamhead? When Jamaican call somebody a Yamed, you know who they're calling a Yamed?
Guns.
Okay. Right? When she's going to say now that the speaker seems as if she's one of those women that control their husband, and this is not her home and whatever, all of there's something there. There's something there. Before me put words in your mouth, what's your take on that, Dino?
I honestly think the speaker need to be a little more polished. She has to be a
little more... No, man, the
more...
speaker may ask you about. The member may ask you about. She
actually said that... The member?
Yes, she said that...
The member sit in an interview and the member sit in an interview and...
Here I answer to. She said the speaker seems to be one of those women that control their husband because she just like power. But this is not her home, and no picking a day and she's not headmaster. What's your take on that?
Well, that's her feelings of how the speaker come across to her.
So you don't see nothing wrong with it. You don't see nothing wrong with she or the PMP continue saying this Prime Minister wife. And now them have one nice way them say it. The speaker of the house.
You see one say sit there because all the while say me drink GLP wine. People talk about that's how some people when I hear the truth.
So as a big man, Dino,
some people,
as a big man, Dino, you know, think this is damaging. We have people who are supposed to be setting good examples. Just use what you just saw a while ago. Oh, it's just her opinion she's sharing. So regardless of what is being said, that's how we should view it. You know, things that erode the morality of
everybody have a right to express how they feel about an individual.
No, I mean, I think so. Yeah, when you go say things, let me ask you this. You know, think based on what we said, if we are considered as leader, you know, a man said something to me the other day, and he kind of take me back, although me that lick out on it. You have a brother named King up on the app, and this lady got in her feelings, and did I say how she feel? And I said on that, I made an outburst on that live, and I said, listen, me no depend on the app for baby up nobody feelings, and you can't hold me accountable. And you know the young man said to me, Dino, DP, I've listened to you, and you sound like an older man to me. and I've learned from you and whatever. So when you say that, it make me feel away. You know, so I first never admit this even publicly. I taught for 10 years, and I feel away if you hear somebody say, DP, me look up to you, but what you saw a while ago, me not really feel comfortable with that. And I'm using me as an example to say, when we have members of parliament, the society should be able to look up to these people. And on everything me feel or as an MP or as a politician, me supposed to come out and say, Dr. Dayton Campbell said this Sunday night when they present Damian Crawford with the by-election. Him say, uno kill off with NP and no one come take with seat. You think that was a right thing? Him feel that way there. Was that right for him to go on the political campaign platform and say that?
I mean, you know, people go on campaign and I get emotional and say things, but I mean, we have to learn as adults. As adults, sometimes we have to learn to weigh our words and know what we say and when we and where we say what we say and when we say.
Okay, good.
It can have effect. It can have damage.
Good. Thank you. That's all I was trying to get at. Thank you, sir.
Just I struck a question. Chuck, you're still there? All right, if not there, all right, we can go on that.
Yeah, man. So, when you see the Kita virtual agreement, it was orchestrated by the head of the PNP. Okay? This is done by the head. Who when Mrs. Warnes come full on the answer? They don't say the society group, then they come out talk about them out.
Well, I'm not telling you. I Chuck a question. Chuck, the brother in Nigeria, you bring the information to you yet?
I know. What he text me and tell me, I give me direction to one place. I know the people that when say no, we live under tent, he can't present one of them information. I know. I know them can't bring it up. So you see, it's important to challenge. Do you know what a young man come on my life? And he was lamenting the government not spending the money. They say, what I'm to you? He said, no, some people.
I was listening to him. I was in the
you did that, listen?
Yeah, listen to him.
All right. And I called somebody that worked directly with the minister. And I said, present the information. Make we get help to the people. Do you know, I know. Now, do you know, when people come and we challenge them, these are what we mean. Because when we tell them, make we help the people, then they don't want help. What they want to do is talk. Right? I know, Dino. He text me what they tell me about one lady when know we are sleep on somebody's floor. Me said that woman they have a roof over her head. She can't wait. We want the one who live under the tapali. That is the one who feel more important. I know that information they can reach me yet. Me and wait.
Is he from the west?
Yes, he is from the west. Yes, he is from the west.
Obviously, he hasn't been to the west.
I am waiting.
As well.
No, he said 2 months ago he was down there. 2 months ago he was down there. So if you know these people.
Probably the person he knew 2 months ago and he contacted them already under our roof.
Well, then if that is the case, come back and say it. Come back and say it, you know, if that's the case.
Yeah. When you ask him the question, which part of Westmoreland? He couldn't tell you which part of Westmoreland.
He couldn't come up with one name because he wanted somewhere where nobody would know. But it is so funny that Lexi is a lady from the same Jerusalem mountain. The lady said she don't live up there now, but that's where she's from. The lady said, listen to me, I'll be a concrete house up at that place there. Lie. The lady said, me know there'll be a concrete house up there. So nobody knows that live under that party. Now, do you know, the problem is this. There are some people just, you know, when you're in a conversation, you know nothing to add, but you feel so you have to add something. That is what we have with a whole heap of people on social media. But some of the time what frightens them is that sometimes we are actually able to help. So when they ask for the information, them get flat-footed. Because they used to be in a circle where all them have to do is say something and everybody agree with them. That's what happens when they go on a PMP platform. Me know people live on that tent, yeah man. And that's it. So whenever they're in a position where somebody challenge them, they don't know how to respond. And that is what simple happened with JRS the other day. Nothing else.
for the platform a while ago, and as it come up in disrespect the thing and jump on.
You have both sides. You have people from the JP come on and disrespect people to us.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
People different. And as you hear me say from time to time.
That's why me always say this is politics, So me always say politics. So
yeah, but I tell you something. Chuck and myself have been on platform long before the political arena start. I've never heard and never hear a person that hears Chuck disrespect, During the political season, he block me. Sometimes I say, Dino, enough of your time now. I discuss nothing with you. And block me. But you know, disrespect, not do it. No.
That's different.
And there are others within the JLP also. They don't respect.
Political discussion is not about me and you agreeing, We not agree. If we have a Jamaica where everybody love PMP, something wrong with the country.
Something wrong.
And if we have a Jamaica where everybody love JLP, something wrong with the
must
country.
Be wrong.
But Chuck, the PNP at one stage it feels that everybody love them, When they make the foolish statement by saying a PNP country, they was of the view that everybody love them.
That don't mean everybody love them, because the JLP has always...
but them in the 90s,
parties have always been able to get 40%, at least 40% of the vote.
The PNP didn't believe that at some point in time still.
The PNP will make a statement because they won 3 consecutive terms, which was perhaps history in Jamaica. It never happened before.
Four consecutive
terms.
3 under PG, 3 under PG.
But I still the PNP. Right.
Everything is about politics.
You see, power is a funny thing, and when you're constantly winning like that, sometimes it's not even good for governance. We can't tell you that. You feel so overwhelmed that you make more mistakes than you can ever dream about.
And that is why in all this, you need vibrant opposition.
Right.
Not cantankerous one, but vibrant ones.
But we don't know that, Chuck. Them not know that.
But Dino, if you have so much experience, you should not make so much mistake.
When you say you mean personally you're talking?
No, like if you're in it so long, shouldn't make so much mistake.
I know mistake in your complacency.
Oh, you should get better at it by keep going.
I saw an interview some time ago with Michael Manley, where him tell us, when Michael Manley came to power in 1989, it's just a complete different Michael Manley from 1972,
We understand that.
Tell the story.
But Dino, all our Michael Manley, the foolishness what Michael Manley talk and say and do in the 70s. It was just a grand waste of time because by now
Michael did certain things in the 70s because he was young.
He must go back to Washington to go beg.
Michael did certain things, and he come back in an interview and say, "We living life over and would never do it again." Because when you're young, sometimes you tend to make wrong decisions sometimes when you're too young.
I've said this about the PMP administration at the 70s. That the PMP administration, they never lack ideas, What them lack was proper implementation of their ideas. If their ideas were implemented properly, it would have been so much better. When Manley said, Simone, I got farm, that was a brilliant idea. But he should have put some things in place before giving out the money to people who have no intention of farming. That was a mistake. So even though they give away the money, we never have nothing for show for it in the end. So them never lack ideas. And it's the same thing with the PMP at the 90s. Them just don't know how to implement things. And that is their downfall.
But Chuck, if you look on all of the policies where PNP have, on paper, a good policy them, But as soon as it start them want to execute those policies, what happened? It mad with corruption. So and it happened over and over again. Enough of them policy a good policy. Even the operation pride thing was a good policy as our Prime Minister alluded. Good idea.
Implementation was shitty.
But when it execute, It just marred with corruption. And the PNP suffer from that. Suffer with that throughout them terms. Throughout the whole 4 term.
And the sad thing is that if this PNP come back, it will be the same. You know why? Because of the promise where they make. Remember, I them same one. I tell them people say, government take care of the money, come go make no spend it, you know. When that is not the way to do it. But that's the policy. So when they come in like that, they must figure out whether it's good or not. Right? So your utterances in opposition have implication when it's your time to govern. But I don't think the PNP realize that.
Chuck and Carl. Chuck and Carl. You hear me? Carl?
Yeah, man.
Oh, no, as it relates to the idea of the PNP, me Chuck Satinko and me Carl supportive of it. I think I disagree with that perspective there. A lot of the ideas that the PNP them come forward with, we're not, they not think it through. And you can see that it have serious faulty lines, so it bound to fail. Because that is why it was challenging to implement it. Because in terms of the proper analysis that it needed to go through for it to be successful, that never got through. And that never exhausts. And because of that, it bound to fail.
That doesn't stop the idea from being good, Paul. That's what we are saying. The idea was good.
Yeah, but listen, let me ask Paul a question.
Wait, good.
When you come with an idea.
Before you ask, wait, Dino, before you ask me a question, let me further expound for where we are going in the argument. Look at the ideas that Michael Mann come with in the 19th century. It's ruining the economy. It caused a lot of people to run left Jamaica. It caused a lot of people to go bankrupt.
Some of the ideas. They never say, I say some.
Well, the ones that were successful were very minimal. If you look at it in totality and in a very serious and analytical way, they're very small.
That means they're successful in a part. But they say it was a good idea, but they never implement it right. I pull back down.
And my one, to a window. The fact of the matter is that Michael Manley coming in the 1970s was bad for Jamaica. I think we can look at it in a very serious way without being rude and anything like that. He was bad for Jamaica in the 1970s. And the JLP continued in the 1972 and onward, Jamaica would be a better place.
You won't get any argument from me on that, Paul. I believe that. But as I said, I don't believe some of his ideas were good ideas. They just were implemented shitty.
Well,
yeah, man, I agree with that. What you finished, pal?
No, I think somebody that I'll make a point. No, so as I said, in totality, the coming of Michael Mann in the 1970s was bad for Jamaica. We look at it and see the outcome of Jamaican economy and the outcome of the amount of people who had to left Jamaica because the country was in ruination and all the things, and the challenge that it presents to the new party that formed 1980 to rebuild back and how it sort of cost us and set us back. And then coming back in the 89 election in the 1990s, apologize. And then they almost said them start all over again. You could have either said them start all over again in the 1990s, the ruination of the economy again, a second time again.
You have a policy platform up to this day. They don't know if they're socialist, democratic, socialist, or what they are. They don't know what they are.
That's what I'm saying, Chuck. So you recognize my position now. When you know, at my age, I'm now 55. I think you may have the same age, Chuck.
Well, I will tell you this, Paul. I read something once, and I've never forget it up to this day. It says, if you look at the world as a party the way you did at 20, you have wasted 20 years of your life.
What that's supposed to be?
It means that you go for 20 years and you have like one single thing. So there was nothing surprising about Michael Manley changing his stance when he came back to power. You have to look at the world differently. Michael Manley looked at the world differently and realized that shit, we did some mistake back then. He admitted to it.
But Chuck, how you explain that? Well, is that that's a Michael Manley thing, you know? Is Michael Manley and the party? How you explain that immediately after them form government and about 2 years in their government, 3 years, going 3 years, that the things start start the things all over again. I remember by this time, you know, it is a local business people who that look like me and you, who invest in a lot of small business, who lost significantly, you know, again, because of the blundering of the policy of the government at the time, you know.
Well, they might try to change, but by nature they were still PMP.
Thank you, brother. That's a point I'm making, my brother. So don't come around full circle to what me I say.
Yeah, but pause, as again, what me I say, all what you say, I agree with, you know, but it doesn't stop the ideas where them had from being good ideas. That's my point, you know. They had good ideas, but they implemented them shitty. So all what you say, I agree, but it doesn't stop that they had good ideas. If they had implemented their ideas better, we would be different. But they didn't.
Why? I tell somebody say after election 2000, last election, the next year we wake up on a JP and we feel. I don't know if a Jamaican feel as happy as how I feel, because we couldn't do that. We couldn't do the next setback. The way we have received in the 1972 and in the 1989. Couldn't do the next setback. We needed continuity, and that is why it was good for the JP to win the last election. Trust me.
It was written on the wall. Well, one good thing about this JP administration is that from day one, they have to be on their feet. And that is good. Me like it. I don't like the kind of politics that the PNP is practicing, but me like that the government is on their feet and will be on their feet. Because, as you said, that is a good thing. So me like that's the part where me I go. That's what me like. I don't like the politics of the PNP right now. Me not like it.
Yeah.
It is distraction, it is trivial, and all of that. There are several important things in government that the PNP could complain about.
Yeah.
But then choose the trivial ones to run with.
Yeah. Look at the attitude and the conduct of the first time member of parliament, Nikisha Bertrand. Look at her conduct. She is following
the leader. She is following the opposition leader. It's the opposition leader that started this attack on the Speaker of the House. She is following the leader, the opposition leader.
Yeah, and how much of this is useful to the type of democracy where we are trying to encourage and keep grow and the people in the world trying to admire. How much of this is? How much of what she said about the Prime Minister's wife in that podcast the other day? How much of that will enhance Jamaica development?
The PNP is not interested in enhancing Jamaica. They're interested in giving them base right now.
I think so too. That is my view, and that is why that is what I'm saying. That
I don't jump up one. I'm not for the way you can jump. Oh.
Yeah, so that them type of attitude there, it makes people turn off, right? It makes people turn off. I mean, there's a time and place to everything. You can criticize the government, you know, in terms of how them do things, you know, and that is all right. That's a part of your job as an opposition member. But when they start go gutter and do things that it doesn't look good. And people and the people who call themselves PNP or comrade, whatever they want to call themselves, they need to call out.
Them call themselves blood and fire comrade.
Yeah, me Dino struggle to defend the attitude and the conduct and the shit of Bertrand. I mean, I be say struggle. If I try find argument for support to qualify her attitude, and that's not good.
I think she bad mind the Prime Minister wife. I think so.
And more than that, man. That might be a big part, but it's more than that.
But that's a fair business still.
Well, a fair business. And we don't care about that. But keep your own personal views about the I mean, those things that she say about the Prime Minister wife, those are inappropriate. Those are inappropriate. That is not an opinion, just an opinion, you know. As me a DP, I try extract it from Dino, and I try have him agree. Those are not appropriate for a member of the legislature to say about the speaker. Leave the Prime Minister about the speaker. Those are inappropriate comments to make at any level towards the Speaker of the House. Those are not language that a member of Parliament want to use towards somebody who is senior in terms of our position within the House.
Well, that's it.
So a whole heap of low blow and a whole heap of unnecessary bar them are throw at the speaker, which is unnecessary.
And them not gonna stop because them just look to me and others like them just literally eat the woman for nothing at all.
But Carl, I can't see why they would want to do that.
You can't see why PNP do a whole heap of things.
Yeah, well, cool. But I can't see why there's a need to attack the speaker. She not put herself there. It is the same people in the House elect her to serve as speaker.
Yeah.
And they would have satisfied with that.
Look where you ask for yet.
They would have satisfied with her standing and recognize that she's the best. She's among the most suited persons to occupy that post there. So why this personal attack on the lady? I can't understand that. And then
because of bad mind. When you're bad mind, you do anything, you know. When you're bad mind, you do a whole heap of thing without think rationally.
Because she had dreams to the Prime Minister, man. That's why.
But that's how I said, my brother. We have to get out of that mode there. This is the nation business.
We have to get out of it, but some people not get out of it.
Look here, based part where we see, the PNP will stop at nothing. Look here, Monday were gone, as Mida said earlier on. Monday were gone, the taxi them was supposed to strike. The PNP them been hopes that the taxi man them strike and black crown and bun tie and do all type of things, and that never happened. So it's the next meal going on them coffee. Because most of them are hope for every single day the PNP get up, them are hope for something bad happen to the country. Every single day, them are pray that something bad happen.
And Carl, this is what I'm saying, you know, is that them type of posturing there. Now at the country. That is like burning
that, it seems like them know that.
No, but that is like burning down the building and trying to rule over the ashes.
Them are business with that. Them are business with that.
So up to now, at the very recess of them soul, they have not come to the conclusion that the Jamaica Labour Party retains state power once again for the third time.
No,
and this is the reality.
I don't know. Maybe Dino can help with, but I don't know when they might come to the conclusion there, because as far based on them utterance and based on them attitude, it's clear to all of us, even we as GLP and people who wanna really support nobody, clear to us say the PNP still not get a touch with the reality that they are not in power. Because I mean, even if you listen to Mark Golden Tuesday or Wednesday in the House, and then when they debate the NHT bill, because the table are built to for the drawdown, for the continuing and the drawdown,
the extension and the drawdown.
The extension. And when you listen to Mark Golden not gonna say why them do it. The man say why they not support it is because the government should at least come and tell them, and maybe they will support it. You hear the little petty. Dino?
Wait a call, but in them budget
Hey,
presentation.
Dino, let me ask Dino, you did hear it?
You look like you moved from it before.
Yeah, and it's sad. It's sad for no say the opposition was supposed to have sense. I go say the government should have come to them at least. If the government did come to them and tell them say them are gonna do the drawdown, maybe they will support it. So it's all about them.
Yeah, but
it's all about them.
But that is a dishonesty, because in the budget presentation, in the budget presented by the Minister of Finance, she made mention of that's where they're going, and they would have a copy of the presentation.
Look here. Don't matter what you do, even if they will come up and talk to the opposition can disagree, because the opposition are looking forward and are looking ahead. And you will never see this as long as you see this opposition here. You will not going to see this don't hold your breath and don't expect that this opposition here going to agree with not what the government do or say. They are just here to oppose.
Just look at the type of people that they have saying they are leaders. You know, not more than that, you know, just look at the people that say them are leaders.
It's sad. It really sad for no say. You know?
Carl,
it's sad.
I was wondering, so I'm happy for you brought it up. I was wondering if people really hear what Mark said. So him says something wrong with it, you know, so I'm not go along with it. But if you did come and ask me permission, then we would go along with it. Is that it? So obviously, the man has said, listen to me, I'm here the Prime Minister. Before you have to come to me and ask me permission, because nothing wrong with it. Him not say nothing wrong with it. Him just say, yo, when you never come ask me.
Never come ask me. Yeah. And that's the reason why we don't support it.
And Carl, I think earlier on, say the opposition recognize if people like Dino can, especially those who come from the platform, you can't say to them, say, look at your people, and the Jamaica Labour Party are leading, you know, and then form the government, you know. Get over yourself and level that man. Get stop this argument about
you know, Paul, as much as me, it's like me have double standard right just now, you know. In a one breath, me that say the opposition need for falling, and in the next breath, me I say let them be. Because whose interest when them be upset, who you think it a help? The government. Because the opposition has spent more time with petty scrabble.
I only want to politics, I agree with the second part, Carl, because my thing is, it's like they're digging a hole for themselves, you know. The more they dig negative, leave them alone. So me I say, by them doing that, it's going to help the JLP. But me I look on the overall, like I alluded to today. Me believe that the bad display in Parliament is being spilled out in the society. That is why a woman now, family are mourning in a Granville. Because we have been told to do anything you want to do, and that's why I think what Dino Saralaga was dangerous. This is not just about sharing your opinion, but him actually come and clarify it and say time and place. But what we are seeing in a Parliament is do what you feel, do what you want to do, say what you want to say, blame people for your bad behavior, because even Angela Brownberg did exactly the same thing. She knew that she wasn't supposed to go and touch the mace, but Dino, thing is, she did it out of no, never Dino.
As Khan to fear defense is that. As Khan to fear defense that she's tired to come to Parliament and be treated like children. That is fair defense, you know. So she are tired.
But my thing is, Carl, if you don't want to be treated as a child, then do the right thing as an adult.
Look here, let me tell you something. Me have people where me run my little small business, and there is times when me have people who work with me. And one of the things when me always never like is to tell an adult one thing all 4 or 5 times.
More than one time, yep.
I feel comfortable tell a child something all 10, 20 times. But an adult, I believe I'm not supposed to have to tell you.
You shouldn't have
I
to.
think more than one time. And I watch Parliament for the most part when Parliament are going, right? Unless me extremely busy like last week, but it kind of bugged down a week. And the week before, but the week before, but it bugged down a week. So I never get a chance. And I watch Parliament. And every single week, the speaker have to repeat the same thing. The speaker have to say, members, turn off for the mic. Members, remember this. Members, remember that. The same very thing. And then when them don't get fear of them way, them cry foul. I cry like some baby.
Yeah. The fact
and all we are said to them, say, all the speaker and the government are said to them, say, no, we're not going to allow them to have no way. It's not going to work. So the quicker you come to realization says not to know fact is in government, then it's better for uno, not for we. Because we now got lower flirt
the standard.
The standing order. In order for please the PMP members. No.
Now let me go back to something else. Back to my argument with Dino. You know, when I heard Cliff Hughes, and as I said, we have to be careful when we say something. Remember, the discussion was from 2016. You know, people are asking if the Prime Minister was going to give his wife a ministerial post. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, right.
And I can recall Cliff Hughes saying the Prime Minister should not expose his wife to stuff like that. So at that the argument now where PMP have come with the attack on the speaker is like an indirect shot at the Prime Minister to frustrate him. That's a them plan. Because as Chuck was asking earlier, can anybody, and I've been asking it too, can anybody cite one of the things that the PMP is accusing the speaker of? Tell me one something she do or she shouldn't do.
Exactly. But for them argument is that she not allow them to speak. That's one of the foolishness when them accuse the speaker of. So she not allow them to speak. She not give them enough time, you know, and all of that. Because the other day I see Mark Golding attack. Him time for speaking up, and him get 10 to 15 more minutes.
Bossy, I say wrong. The speaker extended his time.
Yeah, me know.
The speaker, no, so say it right. Say it right.
Even at the end of the extra time there, the man still did a complain. Him still a complain that him literally walk out of Parliament. Even though the whole opposition never walk out, but if you watch keenly, you see him walk out. Him and you know, them will claim pretty tough to say him walk out because he may have things to go do other engagement and so. But I believe because Mark Golding is like a little spoiled.
That's spoiled brat, man.
Yeah, anytime him not have him way.
Friend, I have my way. I want
marbles,
take up him marbles and cut.
Take up him marbles or him ball and gone about him business. We know that.
But Carl and DP and others, the fact of the matter is, you know, you say it is my view, you say, that their plan is to come and create as much disruption and create as much ism and schism to the point that it annoys the speaker, that he choke the towel and call it a day. That is the idea.
Well, Paul, I'm very disappointed in all.
That never happen.
That never happened. Full stop. That never happened. But
that is their intention.
Tell me such a week. I'm really disappointed in all.
But back to, I think you say, as DP bring it up about the possible post that the Ministry of Position, the Prime Minister wanted us to give his wife or not. I think that the Prime Minister need not to be counter, as I said before, well, not here but in a different space. That the lady is there on her own accord.
Exactly.
She's there as a member of Parliament. And therefore she places herself at the disposal of the Prime Minister. Not at the disposal of her husband, but as a Prime Minister. And whatever capacity needed for she to be used, if you appoint her as accordingly, without doubting, not at all.
That's a match system.
Because
Bridging,
yeah.
we know this. If he had given her a ministry, you the problem I have, and the Senator President said it rightfully. And him never call them name, but me I go call them name. It is clear that PMP have a problem with strong women. We saw what they did to Portia themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Several points we can point to say, look how them are the people. So that is why I'm really upset with even Angela Brownberg and Nikisha, because they should be more embracing to know that, listen, we have a woman. Even, you know, so they do it even favor. They are Ralston Ayman about how she don't know this and she don't know that, I may say. But them put out them something for people like Sydney now, where Empress said, these people don't read for themselves. One man tell me on Scrub Live the other day, he must have named Carlton or something like so. He tell me, say, Fable no bright. I'm brighter than Fable. And I'm like, obviously, no know. So wow. Marsha couldn't take it no more and she start read. And I said, brother, let me read something about Fable where you never know. I force him to hear them something. Because these people don't go and read for themselves. So them don't know nothing about Fable. But then come up and listen to somebody like a Ralston Ayman, which is bitter. Because him not get what he want. He was Omar Davis.
Biblically speaking, it's like the Apostle Paul, when the Apostle Paul visits some brethren, and he might quote the scripture to them. The Apostle Paul look upon them and said, don't take what me say, but go and read the scripture
study the word.
Go study the word for yourself and apply it. And that is where with a whole heap of people don't read, then they listen news, then they listen things to themselves, but them run with everything what them hear people say.
So that is what I have against Mark Golden. Because half of the time then when they come on to a legal issue, Mark know the right thing, you know. But guess what? Mark is forced in one place to become, me not think so naturally him. But the people who have him ears, I tell him, say, yo, you have to behave that way, you know. And I saw now people rate you. So, you know, see, even Nathan Campbell, remember upon the campaign trail? Even use Portia words, don't draw my tongue. Me no business with it. Because what? They are saying that there is a segment of Jamaica who that is what they like. The yega, chaka, like the Prime Minister said.
Yeah.
So if you come and decent, because let me make one next confession. When Mark Golden was the Justice Minister, I was saying that I see potential as a president of the PNP. Him did seem presidential when he was the Justice Minister. The amount of laws and something went past and all of this. But with the Mark, for them repackage, you know, and push out for the people, them, and this yaga, rare kind of sitting. And I say, no, but guess what? It's appealing because we hear them boast about the double the numbers in the parliament. From 14 to 28. So PMP see that as a good thing, as a positive. And they've been walking around and saying that we don't need to wait until the next 5 years when the election is called constitutionally. So this is when I come up for ask, you know. Dino, where are they?
Dino gone, man.
Ain't gone? Me one petition can remove an elected Prime Minister. What petition? Who?
Yeah, man. The member of parliament from the government side can move up.
Only them.
There's a petition. We are going to send that petition to remove him.
Oh, okay. For example, them sign a petition where even get 1 million people. Them can't do it.
That is my point.
Only the member of parliament from the government side can do that.
So who organize this as far as you know?
So who do that? Who want to do that, DP?
You just hear that? Me the Paul weeping with a live last night. Marvin, singing another. Say them out.
Keep on with it now.
Yeah, man.
And when him send the petition, who are going to be Prime Minister? Mark Golden?
Must see him.
Or him who?
I must him. But that's why I ask the question. And then I say, because I said this to them this morning when I go live. Like, them say one fool makes many and we a seat. Because you have to sign a petition like that I tell me, say, I want idiot, you know, in a sense, you know.
And I want one lion make many too, you know.
True that too. But when you go now, you sign a petition for remove, and here the next one look on. Three somebody then said they want to remove. The Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, which is the Minister of Security, the best we have seen in a while, and the best Commissioner of Police we have seen.
Oh, okay.
And then three people they want. So my thing is, a criminal have a problem with where we are.
But Mark Golden and two from the PNP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You're telling me now you're not a criminal. In Jamaica, we have seen unaliving under 700 the first in 32 years. So that make it Dr. Kevin Blake, the best we have seen in a long while. And these are the people you want to remove? To put who as they keep on asking, Carl? Them people are some criminal, man.
I'm alright, man. You're lucky happy the man
One thing with PMP, them full of but
anyway, may I go drop down and go and listen.
Yeah, me I go lock off, you know. You know, sir, from 3:45 for lock off though. So yeah, what would just big up on yourself and take care, you know, for me I go lock off, you know, too. Alright. So catching up back tomorrow if all things been equal.
Just now you said that the Reggae Fest page when make for them post.
Bro,
was it
as
the
when me
official
say,
report?
everybody
Sir,
know
you're
a
contradicting
promoter.
yourself.
Hold on there.
You're contradicting yourself.
As a promoter, CJ, are you going to come out and tell people say the show now sell? No, promoters are going to do that. Nobody in any professional job, if it's a man as a carpenter, hold on.
Every time I follow by you,
That's all right.
I'm going to think CJ, what I say, don't get
That's
to
all right.
Yo.
How are we going to take Gaza
Uncle.
uncle words for what it is? So Gaza uncle said verbatim a while ago when me say when Reggae Fest page made them Instagram posts about Alkaline having the biggest show. Him say that is not credible because CJ clarified that, right? So why when CJ clarify something now, you're questioning it, sir?
All right, guess why?
You're picking choosing right now.
I just explained to you because she went on to try to keep me sure. Am I wrong, Sean?
Sense, bro.
Sean, am I lying?
That don't make no sense.
Bro,
you know she
if I'm breathing,
Stop entertaining me, brother. I'm slow and I'm a very much.
I know that. You're too fool, brother.
You see me on bumbo clock.
Dog, you bring down the people over here, man. Over here, you're too fool, dog. People don't want to hear you, man. You're too fool.
Yo, me go hear from Vendetta, dog. What they talk about with?
Mish, what you feel say? The death of my family and that
big man, the lady make a bumbo class statement.
Yo, Sean.
We don't want to hear from you.
Sean. Sean, you always make Gaza uncle twist and turn like a waste man, brother. Stop follow Gaza.
Let me tell you something, man. I street me come
Stop
from,
follow
man.
Gaza uncle. You know why you can't say follow Gaza uncle.
Yo, listen,
man, them so like a
and I make Gaza
one
uncle
vice you, one vice you, one vice. No, no, like I talk a phone of bro.
Yeah, man, one vice, me G. Come on, man.
Yo,
Yeah,
answer
question.
question. Gaza uncle, how much show for cartel cancelled last year?
Huh?
How much show got cancelled for cartel last year?
One.
You know, say a blood clot lad. You know, say you have to stop tell lie.
But I go and talk now.
Trinidad cancelled. Costa Rica cancelled.
Hold on,
Houston
Explain
yo.
Brother. It was because of low sales, my Trinidad cancelled because cartel get the rest of the money.
Was it cancelled, yes or no?
No. Brother, nobody no reason.
Was it cancelled, yes or no? That is the fucking
cartel
point.
no work for free.
So which artists work for free? Which artists work for free?
We're gonna don't say the reason.
Uncle, Vendetta. Madness reasoning that they
we're gonna big dunce.
I'm gonna tell you the reason why. The reason why you know why I'm being CJ Milan is because you want something for banter over. You know?
Dog, I saw the dunce. The man that works
and you are the one that don't come every
kind
day.
Of madness
You
this
say your business about Alkaline.
Dog, the show sell out already. The man that work for free. Trinidad already sold out. He don't work for free.
Come off on the platform with your fuckery reason. You always
come off dog, I want money to take you down, you know. Dog, me a general up here, you know. I'm matter of fact, make me take you down. You chat too much.
Oh, in God.
Oh, I want money to take you down, dog. You're nobody over here, brother.
I said two things can be true. The ticket sales could have low and CJ never give the statement to. So two things can be true, brother.
Listen what me I said to you. Right? We don't believe bumbo clad no. When a Gaza fan is tribalistic and biased. Sean, we can't believe you. From today, Sean, you get cut off of the thing, man. You're up on Gaza side. I can't believe you sell out to blood.
But it makes sense, bro. Common sense. You can say, all right, the reason why the show don't move on are through the film.
Yeah, where's state? I said, we go here from state.
We're going to talk there. Sean. How Sean? Sean mute up?
Sean, there.
Sean more answer sitting to you now. But it look
like you want to circle black in.
He not hear me now, but you want me answer still. Yeah. Our kind of madness that Vendetta does call up your and say, bro, getting a ticket make Costa Rica cancel, sell out 35,000 idiot boy. Trinidad sell out to
And the people them upset when Carter say him nah, gonna forget to the show still
Yes, the
keep.
show is a cancel bun buckler.
Nah, the show still keep.
Yes, the show is cancel.
Oh, the show cancel and Shani Ilmure and Credit Law and Caesar still perform.
Yes, the show
Brother, you madman.
is a cancel show.
Brother,
Cancel show is a
idiot.
cancel show.
That's our war. Don't the show still keep.
Yeah, man.
The
show still keep the Trinidad show, no keep brother come on.
I'm gonna don't say the reason. The minute my people pass the keep
never
dunks
go
over
there,
here. All the dunks of it for us win a point. Two dunks, brother.
You know, see people in riot, some of the people in the
Every day you come over and reason with the dunks. So you so intellectual, but every day you reason with the dunks.
That's how me I reason with.
You call the dunks from blood clot, what he kill up. And every day you over here.
That's how me I reason with. Trade up on the panel, make me a chat to you.
No, me a reason every day you call with us.
You fool dog.
That's how the gun buckler reason.
You're big man dog.
No reason, bro. Fuck there.
You had my batch I say a thing.
Remember, say yesterday, I think was the day for no get everything off on the chest Sunday. I forget that. So the panel can run smooth today.
Yeah, man, going along, man. I once a week with them.
Watch on. You see, the vendetta funds them.
Answer phone now, what? Watch on.
Sorry about that, my general. So, what you say?
No, go through, my man.
You see, if the vendetta, me with the Sean network, if the vendetta funds had any liquor sense, they would say, okay, all of the posters, all of these things that come out, even the videos were pre-recorded. These things were done before and on these things because this is a business. The lady is busy, so she would not want to keep up with the artist, so she would get a certain amount of things on the package, pre-recorded and pre-done. The flyers go up, even the quest times, all of these things that would go out, all of the graph and the post. If the vendetta fans were sensible people, but no, they are just minions that are angry. But it would still make you look bad because these things are pre-recorded and pre-scheduled, including the billboard. It would mean that these people would have known that the show was not selling before and still continued, which would mean that it was not only a fault of the idiot artist. It was also in bad faith of the full this lady. It was also in bad faith of the wise promoter. You overstretch. Attempted to oversell a failing product. The product is not selling and you still choose to continue. Okay? But the vendetta fans are not that smart. They will not argue a constructive point and they will always be in their feelings. I will not blame them for
just drop me a call in back, but the panel full, man. Smother have to jump.
Dance our panel no full. Hold on.
I know, say Amish, me call it if you ask a question. No, mega jump up.
I'm for him there and listen.
The problem with these people is that they pop too much pill and drink too much thing out of a cup with ice.
Who that? Chuck.
Vendetta fans.
Chuck in a reasoning, man. That's why I'm not taking them.
Hey, listen what me I said to you, right? The last time I checked official report matters, we don't listen to Gaza peasants them opinion about our artists. No, we don't do that. You get me? Official report we running with. Gaza uncle said out of his mouth that in the past, CJ Milan clear up that she's the only person that have data that can reveal how much alkaline show was. Now he's backpedaling, saying no, him need to speculate the reason when the lady don't give her reason why she canceled the show. No, we don't work with that, sir. Move on.
Let me respond to that, please, kindly. In Scroll, Clarendon, 5, I think, or 7 young men were unalived. The official report said it was a pew out. When the people do them final investigation after the preliminary speech, after the official report, it was shown that the official report was false. So many official reports can be as official as they want, but does that mean it is true?
Well, show the data, no, man. That's all enough to do, you know. Show you guys data.
Investigative reasoning.
Well,
logic.
Show us the data. Show us the reason where we're not getting a point from. Show us everything. Because
May I ask you a simple question?
Yeah.
Do you think a promoter like CJ would want to wait until the day of the event to show out a video, to push out any videos?
Again, sir, CJ Milan don't explain to Uno what's the reason why.
That is not what I'm asking you, young man.
Sir,
what I'm asking you.
Sir, all right, listen what me I said to you now. So, because we're in court.
Uno young man will follow up the trap, Uno thinking before not talking.
Again, we're in court. Yes, so when you come on to court,
We're not a court now. Cut the court
unless
talk.
you present your evidence, sir, everything out.
Mish, we can ask a question.
Yeah, break up Mish too.
Yes, I can't bring liar go to court, sir.
Yeah, break up Mish. We don't hear nothing what you say look a while.
You not hear me?
We just hear you now.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can't bring liar go to court. Present your evidence or shut up. We don't work with speculation around here. Sir, we don't work with speculations around here. Too much I don't know Gaza peasant and speculate. The lady speaks and her statement is clear. That's that. Next.
Mish, we can ask a question.
Go ahead, State.
All right. I think you did the year when twice Vendetta call over here. First, he give you a number. Him say over.
No, I wasn't here.
Hold on, man. All right. Well, if you're never there,
Give me the backstory on what you talk about, though.
Him sell like 10,500 tickets. They gone already.
Yeah. On what?
On the show. Well, it's one of the shows.
You're talking about the Miami show?
I think it was the Miami show. The Miami show would have been the first one.
Miami show.
Sean did there. Him and Sean did a reason, right? And Sean said me I hold it to that thing, and him say him sure say that amount gone. So Sean
which
say
part of the data for that then? Which part of the data for that? Me no reason. That's all right. I can't reason this because I can't reason speculation again. If me shut down yard map with speculation, why the fuck you think me gonna entertain you?
Mish. Listen what me I say no Mish.
Again.
Somebody come over and say that. Mish, you say you never did here, so let me finish now. Mish, hold on now, bro. Because you know let me finish.
No,
Vendetta said and people have him as a close person to the camp. Him call over here, and the conversation was the ticket them now sell. This was before the show was cancelled. And he told Sean that 10,500 tickets were already gone. And Sean turned to him and said, so how much of the arena I use? Him said 13,000, right, Sean?
Yeah.
And Sean said to him, so you tell me say only 2,500 tickets left to sell. Him say yes. That was like when 2 weeks left for the show. Right? And the show was cancelled, and we were having a conversation again about the cancellation of the show. Him forward and say 80% of the tickets were sold. So the question when me I got asked is that not about speculation, just based on the information that he provided, right? If a promoter show is 80% sold out going into the day of the show,
why would he cancel?
Do you think they would cancel? That's what I'm asking.
All right, listen what me I said to you. Dan Talwar, very good question by the way, Chewy. Dan Talwar, this is damaging right there. That's why you see I don't deal with speculation. I deal with data. So anybody can say, look, the come jump over the moon. Present your evidence, sir. Unless you have the evidence to show that the come jump over the moon. I don't want to hear nothing at this point. You understand what I said to you? I don't want to entertain hold on, Trey. You never name one niche. You see me? I don't deal with speculation. I'm dealing with...
If you say you're not dealing with speculation, you don't need to say nothing more, bro. This is not your conversation.
I don't know who me shall say not dealing with speculation. But go on,
and the man just literally just speculate. The man just speculate, say, alkaline sell more ticket than Vibes Cartel for the first night. Speculation that, you know.
Hold on, this is what I said.
Chat 40K on the top. 4K. Hold on, Mish.
Just clear that up.
Chat 4K more for 40K. Tap up the screen.
You're speculating.
But hold on, this is what I said to you now. So when I made that statement about Reggae Fest official page making the post, was that speculation, Trey? I guess it. Finish. I'm speculating, man. Huh? So do you want me to give you the definition? Huh? Since you don't want words and meaning now, you want me to give you the definition of the word,
Yeah,
sir?
but bro, we saw no numbers and the lady come out and said, shut the fire that guy.
Exactly. That is why you see me love reason with no boss. Because the boss always sometimes have valid points. So you're 100% correct, Gaza uncle. So we dealing with valid reasoning now. So the lady come out and clear it up, and that's what you run with. So why when the lady released an official statement about the reason why the show was cancelled, Uno, I speculate again.
Context matter either.
Context matter, your bumper clad.
One minute, not a question.
Real done said. Uno no know
Context
nothing.
matter,
Uno
brother.
don't lose in a blood clot.
Oh, lose too, brother.
You guys are pathetic.
1 minute,
You guys
one
are
question.
fucking dumb and pathetic.
Well, I'm not. You're asking for.
We just debunked your narrative a while ago, sir. Gaza uncle himself proved the point.
Which point where Gaza uncle prove?
Hey.
Yeah, you just don't know if you comprehend, and that's why you think.
Which point I prove? Comprehension, man.
Cartel say, in front them is fucking sheep. And you guys prove that.
Cartel never said that yet. Bro, stop that lie. Bro, Cartel has never said that one time.
Bro, listen what me I said here, bro.
That what? No, that lie.
Listen to you know, uncle.
Cartel never said fans are sheep. A lie you tell.
Let me give you your props, bro.
No, where's the facts for that? That's a lie.
Uncle. When it come on to reasoning, more while you reason like I don't said, you know, but I'm not gonna lie that sometimes you come with your full unbiased opinion, dog. When you see them man don't say fuck.
I guess that
you're in no shape because somebody.
Yo, wanna stop address the man, brother. Yo, focus on the reason, brother.
No man, wait. So me not
if this a man is a hold on, bro.
Me not just debunk your theory a while ago. I make a
that never make no sense what you just said.
Yard mob one.
I didn't mob this way. I respect.
Bro. Come on, man.
All right, I have a question. I have a quick question.
Brother, you know, debunk me, brother. I just couldn't bother to argue with foolishness.
Okay, yeah.
One minute. Which arena Alkaline perform in North America before Cartel followed him?
So Cartel say, all right, very good question. Let me not deflect answer it. None in North America. Which arena Cartel perform before Buju Bantam perform in a one? On a blood clot silent.
None.
Eh? On a pussy clot silent.
None.
Yeah,
but hold on. Is this argument about Buju? Hold on. Every time we lose an argument, we go for Sean Paul, Buju. When is Steven Funo artist?
Well, let me just follow up on that quick.